some time in Bryn Shander talking to the locals, getting acquainted, I suppose, with the climate for some of you. The four of you decided to send some messages to Elric and Dory. After speaking with some recently arrived dwarves, they told you about their abandoned shipment of iron ingots, and whether you decided to help them was unsure at that point. But after some deliberation, you decided that you would and help them, and that ended up leading to an encounter with some goblins and, in turn, a yeti in a barren, icy field of Icewind Dale. After disposing of this yeti and helping the dwarves back to Tourmaline, the group decided to head to Lonelywood, where you had recently found out that the captain of the guard of Bryn Shander was assisting the town with some civil unrest. You arrived at the town and were greeted with sounds of an angry mob, thanks to the help of Kira's perception. After making your way through the town, you found a group of 40 or so people that were loudly voicing their complaints, at who you eventually found out to be Nimsy and Elred. Havoc, in all his wisdom, used a fireball to clear the crowd, which led to
Wisdom is not my high stat. Let's be fair.
which led to a conversation after some tension with some of the guards with Nimsy and his father. During this conversation, you found out about the town's problem with a white moose that had been attacking locals in the forest near the town. After speaking with Nimsy and his father, the only survivor of these attacks, you agreed to help the town with their moose problem, partially due to the offering of a deed of ownership to the Ramshackle, an inn in Lonelywood. You also, more importantly, gained some information about your supposed Black Tower from Nimsy's father and a story that he had been told when he was younger. You learned that this tower seemed to be cloaked in some sort of magical shield, or stopped people from being able to view it as you would be able to, say, a normal tower. That being found out, the group headed into the woods to begin your search for this white moose, but on your first attempt were unsuccessful, and headed back into town for a rest. You then picked up a search again in the morning, and with the help of a fortunate natural 20 and a loophole of sorts from Ayla's Echo, you were able to locate the old elven tomb. After exploring the area for a moment, you headed further into the tomb and began your encounter with this white moose. Fairly quickly dispatching this moose, you discovered a magical mirror to which you had 7 questions in total, not each.
I'll see myself out.
And used all 7, and each gained some, well, not each, I guess. Some of you gained some interesting answers. But we pick up our session with one player looking over a brazier, the other left in a state of shock, and the last two of you deliberating on some locked doors. Now, I would like to quickly retcon something from our last session after watching back the footage. The storybook for this, and I wasn't able to find any information, said, now I revealed this at the end of last episode, that a knock spell or similar magic opens the door. Now, there is no information to say that this door in particular is sealed magically, but it also says that a knock spell would unlock it, which a knock will unlock a magically locked door. So, Jamie, in the last, you used a dispel magic spell on the door to open it. I will say that you do feel a successful spell go off after you use your dispel magic. So mark off a spell slot for that.
I already had Because once you use it, like if I use it,
true,
even if
exactly.
it's not, if it's not,
Perfect. But you do feel your spell successfully go through, and that was for the lower portion or the lower room that you attempted to unlock
Is
before
that
you
the
enter the
one?
brazier.
Is that the
The
one?
one to the south of where Havoc is now.
The one to the south. Okay, cool. The one down there.
So, with Tonk looking over this brazier, I suppose slightly confused and muddled about the information that you had been given on the jade pillars about a hand, an acorn, and a feather. I believe Ayala, you had actually gone and retrieved those three of four. Kira, you were, I suppose, trying to regain your senses and in a bit of a state of shock. And Havoc and Ayala were more just, I suppose, scoping out this remaining area. But
And
what would you like to do?
Havoc was proximal to me when I asked the mirror my question, correct?
Well, you were standing in front of the mirror.
You guys kind of like
he took a
he stepped back away
Took a
from
few
it and
steps
let
back.
you.
Yeah, so he would have been
I would have
close,
been-
but
I would have
not
been
like
close,
behind your
yeah.
shoulder.
I didn't see what you saw, even if I could. I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I wasn't over
I
your
know.
shoulder enough like that. I was further
I
back.
think
I probably heard what you asked.
I would have asked it quietly, kind of timidly.
Never mind, my perception's not that great, so probably not.
you freaking rabbit with gigantic ears. Come on, man.
Just for
Yeah,
show.
he's got rocks.
Yeah, just show.
You know.
Have you met me? No, me. These are pretty big. They don't hear much.
They're filled with fur.
See, I'm starting to get way too much ear hair. Not gonna lie.
It happens.
Nice. So, is there anything anyone would like to do before, I suppose, you start to investigate that newly unlocked room?
I think I would have maybe seen Tonk go head back to the brazier, and I will probably follow over, seeing as how I got the 3 items that we may want to use on that brazier.
Sure.
Given
The
enough
hand,
time.
the leaf, and the feather. Is it the hand, the leaf, and the feather? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so on these pillars,
jade
at the top of them, there are symbols of a hand, a feather, an acorn, and a leaf.
Okay.
And Ayala retrieved 3 of those items fairly easily based on the fact that you're in a woodsy area.
Can I go back up to the altar then? We're talking about the altar up here, yeah, where the body is.
This is where, that's where you saw the symbols.
Is there a body in the crypt, or like on? Obviously, in the picture there is, but is there? There's not one on top, is there?
There is not a body. Just to remind you, so what you can see from that area is, it's more like a berm. From where just north of you, it's like a sloped, I suppose, berm. But it's a granite sarcophagus that is surrounded by 5 crystal pillars, and at the top of each of those pillars are the symbols of those different. It's actually 5 things. It's a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a hand. But there is no actual body on top of it. I know it looks like it on the map, but that's, I suppose, just more to represent that it's a sarcophagus.
Can I do some sort of do I understand the significance of this place?
I think after going inside and sort of seeing what it is, it would remind you of a tomb, but you wouldn't necessarily know what type of tomb or if it's for anything specifically.
Knowing that it's a tomb and me being a sort of a grave cleric, would I recognize this as something that is normal? Does it? Have I come
mean-
across this sort of thing before, where there might be symbolism or anything like
I mean,
that?
absolutely. There's
Yeah.
many different cultures and different religions that would, I suppose, use symbolism as a way to honor their dead. So you can't exactly know what like this might be, but it definitely rings true that certain tombs can have symbols associated with their dead.
I want to try and open sarcophagus.
Sure. You give it a big push. Roll a strength check, actually.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought that was going to be really, really bad, but
You
it was
give it
only
a
bad.
tiny push.
Just a straight strength check.
Yeah.
That would be a 6.
Doesn't budge.
Rolled a 7 for -1. Ayala, can you come and give me a hand? I want to see what's in here.
Yeah. 1 second. I want to try something. Stay there.
Mm.
And I want to go into the brazier. I'm gonna put the pine
Mhm.
cone in the brazier. And I'm gonna take out my flint and try to light the pine cone in the brazier.
Sure. So as you put the pine cone in and then light the brazier, you see 2 pillars light up.
I do, or Tonk does.
Onk would see that, but it would be it's probably around like maybe just before midday at the moment. But it would be fairly visible for you to be able to see that from where you are as well.
So
What did you put in? The fire. Obviously, the fire's going. But what else did you put in? Because that's lit up. Was it a pine cone?
the pine cone. Is it still
Try
on?
the other 3.
I'll
They're
look-
all on. Well,
Is
the
it-
2 are on.
I want to watch it until just watch it, and when the fire has burnt up the pine cone, check to see if the pillar goes out.
The pillar stays on. A faint glow emits from the top of the pillar where the symbol is.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put the other
Feather in the
two,
twig.
the feather and the twig in, and light them as well.
It's more just you drop it in the brazier
Oh,
that is
yeah,
currently
yeah.
lit at the moment, and the other 2 symbols do a light as well. So currently, the only remaining one is a hand.
I think there could be a hand in here.
I'm gonna do something crazy, and I'm gonna put my hand into the fire.
Okay.
I see what you're trying to do. I don't like it.
Shh.
So
No, that was Tonk to
you
Ayala.
take 7 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and the last pillar
Decent.
does not alight.
Ah! Owie, 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 owie.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Didn't work.
I reckon a hoof would work. Could we cut off a hoof of the moose and throw it in there?
DM question.
Yes.
I've done this before when Derek has died, with Primal Companion. As an action within 1 hour of it dying, you can touch it, expend a spell slot to revive it, returns to full HP in 1 minute. Like the spell kind of
Mm-hmm.
gonna wait for 1 minute. Would you allow me to expend a spell slot for a minute and get him back to full HP, or do I have to stab him and kill him and then revive him to full HP?
So unless there's a rule that specifically allows you to use a spell slot, I don't think so.
It doesn't. No, it's not written.
Yeah, then otherwise it would follow the same rules that would be short rest, long rest type situation.
Kill him.
I mean, you can absolutely kill him and then do the way you would normally, if that's what you would do.
No, I wouldn't. I don't. I don't think he heals with short rest and long rest. Wait,
He would have hit die as
yeah,
part of his stat block, and you would be able to use them as part of a short rest.
yes, yeah.
hit die.
All creatures have their own like hit die.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. All good. Yeah, let's go. All good.
Where are we going to find a hand as I come back around the tree and walk this way?
Walk this way.
In the sarcophagus. I tried to push it open. I'm not strong enough. Can you come and help me?
I'll hold up my toothpick thin arm and be like, I'll do what I can.
Roll a strength check.
Can I help?
Sure. Roll with advantage.
Natural 16 plus 0.
Doesn't budge.
Jesus.
Have we looked around everywhere else for a hand? I'm wondering if...
Yeah, I don't usually carry just random hands in my bag.
What about
You don't have a handbag?
what about those doors that you guys were messing with in there? Do we think?
Yeah, when we go have a look.
By this point, Kira would be kind of getting back to her feet and peering over to see, I suppose, Tonk and Ayala around the sarcophagus. And are you guys going to start walking towards the door?
I think we're going to go back inside to have a look at the door that I opened. That I'm just realizing now that it worked.
So you're heading over to the door that you unlocked?
I'm going to have a look at the door I unlocked. Yep, see if there's a body
Sure.
in there or something. Can I check it for traps?
Absolutely. Roll an investigation check.
It's not my forte, but I'm going to do it anyway. I saw Elric do it once.
Roll with advantage.
What do I do? Investigation?
Investigation.
3.
Doesn't look trapped as far as you can tell.
Guys, it's fine. I push on it and go through.
You are able to move it. It is not a light door, but it does slowly start to shift. And you can hear the stone door crunching along the side of the ground, and what is revealed is another sarcophagus inside a room.
Damn it.
As I do that.
Is it actually glowing purple?
No.
Okay.
That's just, I think, to give you the illusion of light.
Can I cast Eyes of the Grave?
Sure. You do not get any sort of ping.
Okay. Do I have that?
But what you see in front of you is it's a circular chamber. You do see that there is quite intricate carvings on the dome ceiling, which are about 20 foot high or so. And there is a beam of light that does shine down from the top of the dome, which illuminates a kind of stone rectangular sarcophagus.
Like moonlight? Or is it from another source?
It's midday.
It's just a light source that's coming in through the top.
Can I go over toward it and see if there's any markings or writings or any identifying features on it? Or around it?
As you look around it, you can't see any sort of identifying marks that would indicate a name or person or anything like that. No.
No plaques on the walls or anything like that?
No.
the carvings in the ceiling, are they a language or are they like pictographs? Are they
They're just intricate carvings.
Okay.
Like just details and like I suppose to make it slightly more fancy.
Random mirror behind a wall. Sarcophagus locked behind a magic door.
what
Can I
was
cast
Um,
detect magic?
Sure. Where are you currently located in the room?
Yeah, I just would have walked in the room when they opened it up. The only reason I didn't earlier was because I thought they were locked.
Sure. There is a slight magical essence from the section that is pushing the light through.
Do I get the
Magic.
idea that the school of magic it would be from would be like evocation to create light?
Yes, correct.
That's the only magical essence I get.
Yes.
Like essence of magical artifact inside of a sarcophagus.
No, you do not see anything like that.
Kira walks back to the mirror. It's cracked now, correct?
It is cracked, yes.
I want to take my dagger and try to like drive it into the glass. Is this like is there something behind the glass? Is it on a wall? Is there
So if you look through the crack and like stick your dagger in, and are you just like, are you going to try and pry a piece back a little bit so you can see behind it?
Sure.
So you do that, and you can see some sort of substance which has stuck the mirror to the wall. But as you start to pry it a little bit further, that section that you've pried open shatters into thousands of pieces.
And it's just solid wall behind.
It's just
glass.
solid wall behind, yes.
Can I investigate this room for traps as I move around
Sure.
to the back side of this coffin? Or I guess any
No problem.
switches or levers or
Mechanisms.
things like that. Yeah.
Hey, Tom,
Roll an investigation check.
Yeah.
is it disrespectful to disturb a sarcophagus?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
I would have just been like getting my hands up on the sarcophagus, like getting ready to push it, and then like as you said that, I would just like oh, gotta step away.
Oh, I would have looked up and see what you were doing, but yeah, that's fine.
Natural 20.
Well, that's what we were
for
trying
my-
to do,
bef-
literally at the top.
for my-
Yeah, but I didn't see that.
For a 22. Natural 20 for switches, levers, plates, traps.
You give the room a good once over, and you are very confident that there are no traps within the room,
Okay.
including the sarcophagus.
As soon as Tonk sees what Havoc's trying to do, we'll try and push the lid off this one.
Sure. Roll a strength check, whoever is doing it, with advantage.
You. Not me.
He has a name.
Yes.
You.
I've used
Yeah.
it for 29 years. I think I've
Yo.
20, how many years? 27 years?
So young.
Whippersnapper.
18.
In your 20s.
Is that an 18 and a 1?
Yep.
I'll take the 18.
God, you had advantage. So,
Yeah. Oh, the first
with
roll was
this,
18. So that's 17 because I got -1.
okay, 17 is still enough. With the assistance of Tonk, you are both able to slightly shift the lid of this sarcophagus, and you hear it start to grind stone on stone, and a rush of air, almost the frigid cold air you can see sort of gets sucked into the sarcophagus a little bit as it is open to the air itself, but you push a little bit further.
It's going to be preserved.
you push a little bit further, and you see a skeleton hand in tattered robes, and then you start to see the robes start to disintegrate and just kind of like fall apart with the exposure to the oxygen. And you push a little bit further over, and you see that all of the rest of the tattered robes start to fall away, and this skeleton is sitting there. And fairly obvious, what you see next to her, or what next to this skeleton, is a unstrung bow with a quiver with some arrows on them, and next to her other side is a wooden cup with a winged fish etched into the side of the cup.
Now, I do believe that detect magic lasts for 10 minutes and would still be up.
You do see a slight magical essence from the bow.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the cup.
Very well. It is a fairly standard wooden cup that you would have seen many times. It just has that relatively detailed, not anything crazy, etch of that winged fish.
Does that
This is
ring any
interesting.
bells for anyone in regards to like a iconography or anything like that?
Can I do a religion check or something?
No need to. It doesn't remind you of anything. There's no significance to anyone that I suppose looks at it.
Does the bow look like a longbow or a short bow?
It is a short bow.
I do not know how to use those. Are you any good with bows, Tom?
A bow is a simple weapon.
I think short bows might be. You were trying to learn some archery, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it yet. I think I need a little bit more time with practice as I look back over my shoulder to what I assume Kira has walked up to the
Yeah, she's just kind of like
behind
peering
us.
No, there's this one here. It's got some form of magical essence to it. I'll identify it tonight when we decide to rest. But probably decent to hang on to. That, and do the arrows give any essence either, or is it just the quiver? Just the quiver,
Just the
the bow. So it's just the bow, but it's quite a nice quiver as well. If you'd like to take that, it's not falling apart.
I want to let Kira look at it first. With this being a place of, I think, I mean, it's of elven nature, right? Like all these statues are elves. I don't know. I kind of feel weird about it. Yeah, and I'll just kind of like step aside, kind of back up a little bit.
Sure.
I guess I'll actually come into the room, see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not kind of acknowledging that I've been away, like just kind of I came away and came back, just kind of like pretending like nothing ever happened. Coming in to see the bow and the quiver and the arrows. Do they just look kind of normal? Like Kira's
So
seen kind of a few different bows and
the first thing you
different
notice is obviously the bow. It is not anything like crazy in terms of detail or like extravagant wise, but it's a well-made bow. From what you can see, it's unstrung, so it obviously needs to be strung to be usable, but it seems to be well made. You have a look at the arrows in the quiver and you instantly see that they are silvered.
Yeah, nice.
There's 6 of them as well.
I think I have 5 left. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
But yeah, other than that, nothing else would indicate anything to you that it is anything more than a bow.
Hey, Ella, I saw you eyeing off the bow there. It is unstrung at the moment, and I know that we've been training. If you like, I could set it up for you when we go back into town and we have some resources, and you can use it to practice if you like. A short bow is a bit easier for beginners. You might be able to pick it up a bit faster.
Yeah, I would really like that. I don't, and I'll kind of glance back over at Tonk. I don't want to disturb. I mean, I guess I don't know what the site is. I mean, is this kind of normal for a burial grounds for people? Like, I feel like we're taking this from someone who might be important. I don't know. This seems very extravagant for a few people.
He's definitely not using it anymore.
But what if they come looking for it?
They're not looking at anything anymore.
I think it was a miracle we found this place at all, let alone somebody else.
That's kind of my thought too, is like they really didn't want this place found. I mean, I'm no moral compass here, but it's not necessarily about taking from the dead. It's just kind of get a weird feeling about, but I have weird feelings about everything. So if you think that it'd be fine, I will take it. You can always buy a bow.
Who are you kind of looking at as you say that?
No, I don't think so. I think I was addressing you. Here. I glanced over at Tonk, like for affirmation, but was talking to you.
Tonk's currently just staring at the body. It's just a skeleton, isn't it?
Just a skeleton.
Yeah, Tonk is currently
Just looking at his hand.
staring at the skeleton, and weighing up in his mind.
You want to take the bow? I want to fucking dismember this thing.
Taking the hand. Is that how much desecration is that?
I mean, if you're going to take the bow.
So, Tonk is like in this internal struggle right now of what he's trying to work out.
Were you guys talking about needing a hand earlier? I think I overheard something when you were outside.
Yeah. Tonk's
There's
just
one.
still staring at the hand. Yeah, I know.
Feels a little weird, doesn't it?
I'm really not. I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, I really want to see what happens if we can light up this other gem.
Well, what if somebody else does it? Will that put your mind at ease?
I think I need a drink. I'm going to turn around and walk out of the room.
Sure.
As soon as he leaves the threshold of the room, I pull out my dagger and I stab it in the joint, the wrist joint. Just
Yeah.
Maybe
Fairly easy to do. You put your dagger in and you twist, and the skeletal hand does separate from the arm.
Do I hear that? Do I hear that happen?
It's not necessarily a loud thing doing that, so probably not.
Okay.
I pick up the hand and hand it to Ayala. Well, I'm not sure where this goes. In regard to the bow, look, I'll hold on to it for now and set it up, and see what it's like. And if you become comfortable with it, then it'll be with me.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll take the arrows as well.
And I'm gonna take my cloak and pull it up and make a bowl of fabric to grab this hand with because I don't want to touch it.
Sure.
I'm gonna hurt like very curiously and hurriedly take it out to the brazier.
No problem. So you take this balled up skeletal hand over to the brazier, and I'm assuming drop it into the fire.
Mhm.
Are you heading out as well, Tonk, or are you staying where you are?
Yeah, as soon as I see Ayla leave, I'll know what's happening, and I'll go.
Yeah,
back
you
up
see
to
me
her.
like holding this thing
I'll,
like out in front of me.
I'll offer
Sure.
up a fee.
Wait. You guys all hello? Hello?
Crumbles.
Hello?
Hey, man.
Oh my god.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So your
What was the
workstation
last thing
behind
you...
you?
3D
Say-
printer.
Say again?
What was the last thing you heard before you DC'd?
I had made it to the brazier and I dropped the hand in.
Right. Okay. So, I will quickly replay. So, as you drop
Not a
the hand in, after about 6 seconds, the hand starts to crumble and ignite and dissipate into the brazier. And what Tonk saw is that the last symbol of the hand illuminated and started to glow, and then all 5 of those symbols glowed a little bit brighter, and then the glow moved down the pillars and into the surface of the ground, and then that was the last thing that kind of
The surface
indicated any sort of work.
like down, it went down the crystals and into the
Down the
ground
crystal pillar
at the
and
base
into
of
the
the
ground.
crystal. Okay.
Yep. And since then, Tonk has attempted to look around. Havoc walked out of the room to not really work out what was going on. And Kira had been looking at the statues, flirting with the chance of walking in the opposite direction.
Just see if they were still active, you know?
Were they?
Yes. Yeah.
What? Okay. What was on this wall here from inside the moon circle?
Nothing, just like a stone wall.
From over by the brazier. What happened? And then I'll
It lit up and then it went away, and now we don't know what's. Now we don't know what.
well, are we wanting to open this sarcophagus?
I mean,
Maybe that was a arcane lock or something.
we did try. We can try again.
Maybe it'll be easier now. Maybe.
Sure.
Well, do you want me to try again, or we have
Well, we
our
can all
strong
try.
man on it?
I mean, where's Derek?
Who's our strong man?
Yeah.
We're not a strength party.
It would be someone assisting Derek with a +2 in strength.
I've given you leeway with his things before. This is not really something Derek can really push open.
Shove a horn in,
Pushing
legs.
a door, fine. I'm fine with it. This is pushing off something, a table. This is not something that Derek can achieve. So,
Well, could we?
this is
Make
on
a
a
ram things.
player.
If I roll a nat 20 right now, will you let him push it?
No.
Sure.
I'll pull a rope out and say, "Can we fasten
14.
this to the lid somehow and have him pull it?"
Yeah, rope.
Lasso the lid.
Bit of imagination.
You're muted.
muted, Dale.
Why don't we just try and I'll just try to give it a shove?
Okay. So,
I'll help.
Havoc,
What bet?
before you even Tonk gets there, you put a hand on and you feel the top of the sarcophagus start to move with one hand.
It's imagine we spent like half an hour.
I lean onto
Almost
it,
did.
to brace the push, and it just okay,
Dear
cool.
Lord. So, Havoc, as you kind of go, oh my God, you guys.
I understand your pain.
Start to head up to where the sarcophagus. You
just made
prepare
us push
yourself
one that's
for a
really heavy. What do you
big.
expect us to think?
Just because one had a fucking puzzle behind it. Anyway, you prepare yourself to give a big push, and you almost throw it onto Tonk across the top of the sarcophagus.
Me running the other way.
Inside, you see a bandaged body. that
Your smile
begins
is way
to
too big.
move.
Oh shit!
As you see this and kind of take a step back, this being, mummy, if you would like, starts to sit up and stand on its feet inside the sarcophagus and
Undead.
just kind of stands there.
How's the go?
It is undead.
I mean, I see it too, Tonk.
Hello?
It is an undead creature.
Hello?
You get a response back. Hello.
Good evening.
Can I ready
Midday.
um
Oh.
my turn undead?
Sure. You can hold your turn undead spell.
Who are you?
My name is Shana.
Shana.
Is this a limited
Shana.
question? Is this a limited question thing? I've been heard by that before.
I await your command.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Any of our command or like my command?
It doesn't give a response.
Touch your nose.
He touches his nose.
God.
We have a pet mummy. Oh lord.
How long have you been here, Shana? Shana.
Shut up.
I do not know the year, so I do not know how long.
It's 2024.
What is this place?
A lot's changed. How would you like to identify?
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
I identify as a male mummy. Oh, you'll be fine.
Everything the Simpsons said came true.
Are you white or?
I like Dale's question. Ask that again.
What did you say, Sal? Sorry?
What is this place?
This is the Moon Tomb.
Moon tomb.
Is but the moon's not buried here, is it?
This is where the elves of the moon buried their ancestors.
They sent
Hmm.
elves to the moon?
Are you one of them? Are you an ancestor of the elves of the moon?
I am.
Were you like the king?
Merely a protector.
Protector from what?
One that guarded the tomb for as long as I lay.
Will you follow us, or must you stay here?
I must stay, but I will assist when possible.
There's 2 rooms in the inside. One we've gotten into. Can you get us into the other one?
The rooms are locked by the phases of the moon. If you have gotten into one, it would either mean that the moon is in the correct phase, or you've somehow surpassed the lock itself.
Were there
And-
question? Were there symbols above the doorways to
So on the doors themselves were the symbols of a half moon,
and a full moon, or just half moon?
just half moons on the doors, and then it was
That also
Full moon.
correlated to the text that we'd read where it said, like, on the half moon, the tombs will open. Something along those lines.
Right. So we've opened them, not in the cycle.
correct.
Prematurely.
Okay.
I'll keep
One of them. Remember, there's 2 doors.
Yeah,
We've only
there's
opened
two,
one.
yeah, the other-
I'll keep
the other
walking
hallway.
up and who were they?
They? Who do you mean?
The
Sorry.
people that are buried in these tombs.
Oh, these were officiates and high-ranking officials of the elf clan, the Moon Elf clan.
Is there something about them? Is it just something that is sacred, or is there some reason to have their tombs hidden away? The site was very, very difficult to find.
The tomb was made difficult to find to stray people looking looking to raid and take things that are not theirs. We built the tomb to honor our trusted advisors and chiefs of past.
What would you say might happen if things are missing?
I can only assume that the unfortunate people that have stolen from these tombs would truly regret their actions.
The cursed dagger all over again.
I regret nothing.
Well, good thing that didn't happen, right? Did they have names? These is there just and are there just two?
Yes, one is our honored chief, Orem. He was our leader for many, many lives. His body rests further into the tomb. The other was Sehine. She was his wife.
Ah.
She an archer by chance?
She did. She used the moon bow.
The moon bow.
Ooh.
All of a sudden interested in the bow
No, it's just cool.
as a Joel.
And Shana, you were entrusted by Orem and say hi that to be a protector of this place? Or were you placed here by someone else?
I was placed here to protect the tomb.
Who by?
But something feels wrong at the moment. I should not be alive.
Well, speaking of things that shouldn't be alive, the way we found this was some like corrupted like moose or pack of animals or something. And we followed them in here. Is that a part of this protection as well, or are they not meant to be here?
I know nothing of any sort of pack of animals.
You said shouldn't be alive. I just want to clarify something. You know you aren't, right?
And he looks down at his sort of mummy form. Yes, it would appear that I have become an undead.
It's pretty clear.
Seems your descendants left a ritual to be done to resurrect you. But I guess protection.
Awaken.
I guess what happened outside of my sarcophagus was not something I was aware of.
Mm.
Did the three of you die at the same time?
I perished after they did.
Do you remember how you died?
No, I don't.
You telling the truth? Can I insight check a mummy?
Sure.
Zero.
Can't tell.
What, natural 2 minus 2? Or
Yeah.
wow, that's wild.
I can't really see his face. Got bandages across it and stuff. Well, you said you don't leave this place, right?
I cannot leave this place.
You want to just
Well,
like
then you-
lay back down and we'll close the thing back on top of you?
If that is what you wish.
Do you wish to be laid to rest? Because you've answered our questions and helped us. We do not need your protection.
I do wish to stay where I was ordered to be.
But do you want peace?
Prior to you awakening me, I was not aware of my existence. So, I can only wish that once you close the sarcophagus, the magical effect takes place again and lets me rest.
Well, we'll close it. If that's not the case, we'll reopen and rediscuss.
Also, do you have anything that you can like offer us? Like you have a
Hey, you said you're a protector.
Pocket.
Do you have anything to protect with?
I have nothing to offer, and I have no weapons of any sort.
bandage toss?
Nice.
It's really cool of you to want to protect us. That's kind of cool.
With your bare hands, I guess.
Can you show me? Can you show me how you would protect us?
As in. Okay, sure, make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, what I mean, I guess if this has happened before, I can do anything before he answers. If he's just doing something, I guess I will. I was gonna have him hit my echo, but I mean, okay, so,
Please don't save.
a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
So, as you say, show me how you can protect. The mummy kind of faces in your direction, and you almost look into his non-existent eyes, and you are frightened. Yeah, that's it. You are frightened for the next 6 seconds.
I'll
The next turn.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, take a couple steps back.
I like it.
I suppose I'm not completely without some sort of fighting chance.
I like it. Hell is not easily rocked like that.
You're sure you can't come with us?
I cannot leave this tomb, as it was meant to be my eternal resting place.
What? Do you know of a large black tower to the north?
I'm sorry, I do not.
Do we know what year it is? Like, we know what year it is.
You know what year it is, yeah.
So if we were to tell him the current year, he'd
Tell
know
us
how long
he's
he's.
been dead for.
Yeah, because he said I don't know the year, so I don't know how long.
Correct.
I'll tell him the
So
year.
yeah, are you going to tell him the year?
Yeah, I'll tell him the year.
That would mean I've been dead for many hundreds of years.
Mm.
Do you
To
know?
be honest, I thought it might have been longer.
Well, you look great.
He
Stunning.
blushes
Do you know anything about
through his bandages.
Do you know
Adam
anything
may
about
blush.
Gazgul or maybe his son?
Well, I know of Gazgul, yes. He is the god of death. As for his son, I was not aware he had one. That is quite a frightening thought, if I am honest.
Yeah,
Quick snore.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He has a son. It's become quite a problem for us, I think. For everyone.
Well, I could understand how, and if it is your quest, your duty to follow that trail, then I wish you luck, and I only wish I could assist you further, but I cannot leave this place.
Could you, if we wanted to find this place again, is there kind of a secret way to do that? The whole way in here, I kind of felt lost. I kind of almost accidentally made my way in here. Could you make the way easiest for us?
Sorry, but the tomb is enchanted to veer strangers away from the tomb. Any creature is meant to not be able to find it, so the fact that you are here is a testament to your abilities themselves.
There's no god of the moon, is there?
Above the table, are you talking, or to
Above the table.
below me?
Above the table.
Above the table? No, there is no god of the moon.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah. No.
What about your people? Do they come visit?
That's not to say that people don't worship the moon like they would worship
Yeah, but there's no like
the sun
god
or anything
of
like
the
that.
moon.
But
Yeah.
no, there's not.
No, yeah, I was just wondering if there was like a religious significance to them being the moon, other than it being a moon.
Yeah. What did you say, Crab? Sorry.
What about the rest of your tribe? The moon elves, do they come visit?
I am sorry, but I do not know. This is merely a tomb for our past leaders and
What?
his wife. But they may come visit. I'm not sure. I have, like I said, never been awakened before.
Where do you know where was your village? Where was your town? Where do you hail from?
These woods. This is where we made our home.
What did you call this place when you lived here?
Irandale.
Irandale.
Del.
Irandale.
Kira, have you heard of any of this?
You can roll a history check if you'd like.
Frickety frack. History.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't specifically ring a bell. You know that there are elves like all over. You've heard of different tribes of elves or groups worshipping different things. So it's not out of the realm possibility that there was a group that worshipped the moon.
Nope.
Well, Sean, I thank you for all the answers to our questions. I don't have anything else. Does anyone else have anything?
Very much appreciate your help.
I do what I can, I suppose, and if you need my assistance while you're here, I'd be happy to help. But
Yeah, we already took care of it.
if you could close the sarcophagus before you left, I would appreciate that.
You shall.
I'll move it back.
Yeah, appreciation's all you have to offer. I mean, I just want to throw it back out there. You could use a boon or like some coin or like you have some money buried in there with you or like stuff.
As you're sort of blubbering away, he's starting to lay back down into the sarcophagus and
He's
lay back
pulling
down.
it over himself.
Yeah, just-
It's funny.
but he lays back down in the sarcophagus, kind of waiting for you to close it.
I guess we close it. Everyone else good? Yeah. I'll try. I'll push it closed, and then I want to see if I can push it back open once it's closed.
Sure. So as you push it closed, again, not as heavy as what you would expect a stone lid to a sarcophagus to be. As it sits back in its place and sort of plunks down and shut, what you see is the glow from the pillars then rise back up and then diminish completely. And if you were to attempt to try and push it, it would feel like it's 4 ton.
Yeah, right. It's pretty definitive.
Feels like he's going to need back to rest until someone decides to burn their hand again.
Agreed. Well, should we grab evidence that we've removed this moose problem and then...
Can we close
Do you-
that other
Do you have any more?
sarcophagus too?
And we
Does
can
somebody
go and
help me
check
with
out
that?
Iram.
Do you still have any more dispel magic?
Sorry?
Can you dispel magic again? There's the other door we can have a look at.
Yeah, so we go have a look at Orim's tomb, and then I feel like we just leave the place.
Grab something of the moose. Maybe it's antlers. That's relatively easy.
Yeah, I think that
Identifier?
probably makes sense. Yep. Maybe
Rather
something
than
that's
lugging an
white
entire
out,
head.
Make sure that it's white.
Make sure the antlers have white.
Yeah. I'll go to the other door down the hallway, I believe.
Mhm.
And
Sure.
cast spell magic on the door.
Sure. Let me go over there. So you head over. Sorry, who was doing something with the moose antlers?
I guess I will. Maybe I'll actually ask if Killer wants to do it.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it.
Cool. Ayala and Havoc, where would you be located then?
I'm going back into the queen's burial chamber, and I'm gonna close the sarcophagus and then close the door
God, stop.
again.
Sure. All right, no problem. So, Tonk,
I'm
as you
Tonk.
cast your dispel magic, you feel the spell take effect on the door itself, and the magical effect that was there releases. Now, the door is still closed, but In the meantime, Ayla, you are returning the lid to the sarcophagus to its original position. I suppose Tonk and Havoc, are you trying to open the door? Cool.
Yeah.
So roll a strength check for me. Are you doing it separately, together, helping? Jamie already rolled.
Yeah, I was going to say, could just go separate. We're the same thing anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we are the same. 13 for me.
Mhm.
14 with a -1.
Pretty
Yeah, let's go
nice.
with that.
So you do manage to budget a little bit, but you are not able to fully open it by yourself. So
What? 3 shove!
Can we shove again?
yes, you sure can. But in the meantime, Ayla, to close the door, I'll need you to roll a strength check, please. And Kira, are you just cutting the antlers off? So
Yeah, and making sure there's like a little like tuft of like white fur at the base.
You would be able to skin some of the pelt if you wanted to as well. You would know how to do that quite easily.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'll just take a,
Sure, no problem. What'd you roll, Ayla?
14.
14. You do also manage to budget, probably about halfway closed, not fully. Jamie, Dow, you rolled a 14.
I got one a second ago.
An 11.
Yeah.
I'll say with the combined 2 turns to try and open this door, you do manage to open it enough to be able to sort of, well, especially Tonk, be able to squeeze through and sort of have enough room to be able to move into the room. As you move into the room, what you see is another circular chamber similar to what you saw previously, that has intricate carvings along the domed ceiling as well. And you see another beam of light shining down onto another rectangular stone sarcophagus, except this one looks more like a living quarters, as mostly shown by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll next to the sarcophagus.
Unfurled bedroll.
Let me quickly show you.
Does it look like someone's been living here recently?
Yeah, does it look recent?
Un momento, sorry. There you go. So that's kind of what you can see. As far as you can tell, it does look recently lived in.
Is there another doorway / access point into it?
You're stepping further in to have a look?
I'm going to go in further, yeah.
Yeah. Havoc, are you medium size?
Yes.
You are. Okay. So you can squeeze through, but I'll need a acrobatics or athletics check to be able for you to get through.
$17.
17. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you both do manage to squeeze through into the room itself. As you step through, you hear some muttering of words from the other side of the sarcophagus, and you see 2 large crag cats appear in the room with you.
You say that like we know what the fuck those are. Okay.
What's a crag?
They are large, white, saber-toothed tigers. Can you please roll initiative?
Oh no.
Let's go.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
So, while you are doing that, Ayla, are you still attempting to shut this door?
Yeah, I am going to do that by walking past the partially closed door behind it, leaving my echo into this main area. And if I can ping, and
Oh,
then
I know what you mean. Yeah,
pushing the door closed, and then I'm gonna teleport to my echo after I push the door closed.
yeah, nice. So just roll me one more strength check, please. At this point, Kira, you can mark down the antlers and the pelt, the white pelt, in
Lovely.
your inventory,
Yeah. Sick.
as you would have completed that by now.
15 on my strength
15,
check.
perfect. So, in a small instant of intelligence and your wisdom, you realize that you were able to do so by just pushing on the door rather than having to pull it closed, and then teleporting yourself out through your echo. But that door is now closed.
I did check too. I have to see where to put the echo, but I don't have to see the echo to swap places.
Yeah, cool. Tonk, what do you have for
14.
initiative? And Havoc?
20.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You had to force that one out.
Okay.
Sound like a little bee flying through your
So,
microphone.
as you sort of wiggle your way through this stone door, and sort of just take it in for a moment, you hear those muttering of words, and you Havoc recognize them as arcane words, and then these two large crag cats, and I'll give you a image as well to. Oh no, wrong thing. Copy image.
The sound, those mutterings, that didn't come from the cats, did it? There's
No,
something.
they've been conjured, I think is what he's getting at.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Um,
Was there something that? Do we see anything that may have spoken the words, or we just heard the words in the room?
you just heard the
They're
words in the
dope.
room.
They're dope.
Cool.
But they both appear
Uh.
either side of the sarcophagus and
Ew.
begin to attack. But you are up first, Havoc, with a 20 on your initiative.
Can Derek be one of those?
I can't put a fireball in this chamber without getting lost.
Just do it.
I mean, you guys are
It's a 20. It's a 20-foot radius. It's way too big.
dexterous.
Stress at all, but I think you should do it anyway.
I guess I can put it. I'm gonna put it right here,
Right at the edge.
right at the edge, so it'll be out of Tonk's reach, but it should still hit both the.
So you're basically throwing it up against the back wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Singe
Should
my
be
little hairs.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it'd 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it'll hit both of them. So it's dexterity saves, is it?
Yeah, do a dexterity save from each of them, please.
Okay.
It's a battle.
18 for one of them, and an 8 for the other.
One save, one fail. Damage is just coming in a second. 23 damage, half down to 11. The one that succeeded.
What did you say? Sorry, 20 what?
23 fire damage, if that is important. Half down to 11 for the one that succeeded, and then I will start my blade soul.
Cool. What's your spell save DC? Sorry,
16.
15.
is it 16? 15. Okay.
And I'm going to start my blade song as I start humming to myself. Self-soothing.
Is that concentration?
No, blade song's just a thing I do.
Oh, it's not concentration. Oh, that's right. That's your feet. Gotcha. Not your feet. Your
My
cool. All right,
class
sweet.
teacher.
Perfect. So you release this fireball and it basically hits the back wall and explodes forward. Tonk, you feel the heat rush in front of your face, and both of these crag cats are engulfed in the flames, one more severely than the other. What you also hear is a scream from the other side of the sarcophagus as a fairly what's the word? I want to say mangly, like
Old 7.
Mangy.
mangy. Yeah, mangy. That's the word. Mangy-looking woman kind of stands up from behind the sarcophagus. What you see of her, she has quite distinctive blue lips and is very pale. But she is wielding two blue curved scimitars. No, not scimitars. What are they called? Sickles.
Oh.
And has like a big fur coat around her, and has quite mangy brown hair. But sorry, she is then also hit by this fireball that you throw at the back of the wall. Anything else? Any movement from you?
No movement. I think I'll come in line with Tonk.
Sure. It will now be her go. So she looks at both of you and says, "You should have never come here," as she mutters some more incantations, and you see her, and she changes shape into a large wolf.
Wake up, Shana! Wake up, Shana!
That's not a spell, is it?
That is not a spell.
Yeah, so click on what that is.
I'm going to
Druids,
move
man.
her over here.
That's terrifying.
Move her over there. Where are my wolf tokens?
Also, would Ayala and Kira heard the fireball explosion?
They would have heard the fireball explosion, yes. Wolves are
It's
not
a
that
raccoon.
big. No, it's a wolf that's like all weird. There, that'll do.
Zigzagoon?
Oh, yeah.
But she turns into a wolf.
Understood. So it's still Zigzagoon's turn.
She turns and then she rushes forward. I believe it's only a. Oh no, it's an action to do so. Yeah, to change shape. But she backs up a little bit and sort of lets out a howl, and then both of the crag cats step forward and will make two attacks against both of you. 2 attacks? No, 1 attack each. They will make a bite attack against both of you. So the first one against you, Dale, will be a 19 to hit.
Shield.
Shield, no problem. And then the other one against you, Tonk, will be a natural 20.
I'll cancel it, but yeah, it'll obviously still hit me.
Cool.
Can you cancel ones that hit yourself?
I can.
Yeah, you
Any
can.
roll-
You will take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
But that will be both of their turns. And it will be your go, Tonk.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Guardians on myself, 3rd level. No, sorry, 4th level Spiritual Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
4th off the day.
Is it 15-foot radius?
It is a 15-foot radius. Yes, correct.
Cool.
Everything's slowed in there to half speed. And each time
They take their
creature
damage on their
enters-
turn, though, don't they?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
On a failed save, they take 3d8. It'll be radiant damage. Well, they take half as much if they fail. And that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. So that finishes the initiative for these guys. So I'll say Ayala and Kira, you would have heard the fireball go off from the room that Tonk and Havoc were going to.
Actually, I'd probably use real quick. I'd probably use my bonus action to shout out for Ayala and Kira as well, if I can.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. I'll allow that. But 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You could probably both get to the entrance with like a movement and a dash. Or like a movement and an action dash.
Here or
so-
here?
To the entrance. Unless you have a way of getting like further. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
I've got 40 feet of
50,
movement.
60. It's about 70 feet to the front from you, Ayla, and like an extra probably 10 feet or 20 feet for you, Kira.
Well, I've got 40
Sorry.
foot movement.
Yeah, so you'd both be able to get kind of to the front of the stone door, being that it's also not actually open at the moment. Not completely open. But I'll get you to roll initiative just to put you in the order.
Lord.
I rolled an 11.
An 11.
Oops.
21.
21. Cool. All right. So I'll say that you both kind of head up and you're able to get sort of in the
Okay.
Does Derek have 40 foot as well? I
He
imagine
does, but
yeah, cool.
not
going to put him.
don't-
Not going.
no, I wouldn't call him over.
Sure. All right. Cool. So back to the top of the order. Havoc.
Can I? Well, so we spend our action to get there, but we're not like in the battle yet, kind of thing.
No, so you're just outside the door and you kind of be hearing like the growling of these crag cats and the sort of Tonk and Havoc, well, Tonk specifically, sort of yelling for Ayala to come over. But no,
Cool.
you're not actually in the room yet. And you got to remember that there's only sort of like a gap in the actual stone door as well. So to get through, you need to make an athletics check to actually, or acrobatics check to actually get into the room.
Cool.
I'll look to you.
But-
Do we just push it open? And then with, I guess,
Just
whatever
think
bonus
about
I can
that.
add. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Havoc, what would you like to do?
I would like to. I'm going to cast Spirit Shroud.
Okay.
as my-
Concentration on that?
Concentration. It's a bonus action to cast,
Sure.
and the damage on that's going to be radiant.
Okay.
And then I will attack the. What were the names of these things again?
Crag cats.
Crag
Cat. I'll attack the right hand crag cat with a booming blade first, and then a follow up attack.
Sure.
Don't let me, it's a little bit slower rolling on D&D Beyond, and the page is really slow.
Were you rolling on roll 20 before?
Yeah, but it's easier here because it automatically has the additions to it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There it is.
So I'm just like click plus 20 for the first hit.
Hits.
Roll the second hit.
I feel like that's a really simple thing to be happening. It shouldn't take very long for it to process it, but
Yeah, and like even like trying to type roll 20 is difficult. What it is. 19 on the second one. First roll for damage is 2d8 and a d6 plus 4. So first hit is 17 damage.
Yep.
A bit of thunder, a bit of slashing, and a bit of radiant, if that matters.
All good.
And then it looks like this is going to be just 6 damage because I have no modifier added to that one.
Another 6 damage. What does Spirit Shroud do? Sorry.
Adds a d8 to my to all attacks that I do. Or bits
Gotcha.
that I do.
No problem.
Sorry, this one is still plus 4 because it's my extra attack, not my offhand. So that was 10 damage on the second attack, not 6.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
That'll be all.
No problem. It will then be her go again. So, at the start of their turns, they have to do a deck save for spirit. What's it called?
Spirit Guardians, yeah.
Spirit Guardians.
Yep.
So for the one on the right, 18, and then the one
It's a
on
success.
the left is a dirty 20.
So both succeed. So both take half. 4d8. Yes, 4d8. Hey, good rolls. 8, 16. So they take 8 points each of
8 points each.
radiant damage. Wasn't good rolls. I thought it was better than that.
It is enough though to put the one on the right down.
Nice. Huge.
And then the other one takes 8 as well. Cool. So, the druid, the wild shaped, is going to then rush forward to in front of you, Havoc. He would then do a dex save for himself when he enters the
Wisdom. I think it's
area.
wisdom save. Right? Just wisdom.
Oh, is it wisdom saves?
Wisdom save. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Then on those other ones, they would only be one less each, so it'd be a 19 and rolls the other one.
They both
Okay.
pass. 19 and an 18, so they both pass.
Yeah,
Anyway.
cool.
But yeah, she has to make a wisdom save,
I'm just quickly
and then
checking
she
something.
would
Do they use...
take the same damage. I'm assuming. I don't think I roll it again.
They use their own. Yeah, they do use their own wisdom save when they change shape. Oh wow, 23 on the save.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to. I'll leave that up to you. Do I?
I think
roll
you use
again
the same
if
damage
she's
roll for
entered?
the
Roll-
entire
so
thing. Yeah.
she take 8 points then.
Yeah. And that comes off the die off. Sweet. Cool. All right, sweet. Yeah, so she'll get up. Actually, she's actually going to move in front of you, Tonk. So she's within range of the crag cat because she has pack tactics while in her wolf form. And then we'll make her bite attack against you. For a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Well, that's going to go well.
You take another 10 points of piercing damage.
2.
2, you are knocked prone. as she bites into you and sort of throws you to the ground. The crag cat will then make its attack against you with his bite attack. And because you are prone, sorry,
I rolled a 10 on my con save to maintain concentration.
perfect. He'll then make his bite attack against you as well. And because you're prone, he'll have advantage. That will be a 19 to hit.
That's my AC.
No, wrong one. This one. You will take 9 points of piercing damage as they sort
I
of
rolled a 14 on my.
perfect. As they sort of growl and snarl and are sort of both sort of biting on you while you're prone and almost doing a bit of a dog tug of war with you, arm and leg. But that finishes their goes, and it is now your go.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast blindness on the druid.
On the druid?
Yep. 15
Sure.
con
Save?
con save.
Con save? That's going to be a fail. 13.
Yeah, fail. So she's blinded.
Huge.
I'm also gonna. Can I step the other side of Havoc?
So you'd have to. I mean, yeah, technically you could crawl, but you'd be half movement, or you can stand up and like exit out of their melee range.
Can I crawl under Havoc's legs to the other side of Havoc? Because that's right. I'm not prone, aren't
Yeah, you're not prone.
I?
Sure.
Well, I'll stand up and move the other side of Havoc.
To this location or to this location?
That second location. No, one up, one.
This one.
Yeah. Does the
Yep.
sorry, is the white cat, the crag cat in
They'll get an
the
attack of
sphere?
opportunity.
No, is the crag cat in the sphere if I'm next to Havoc, the other location?
They're both in the sphere.
So if I'm here though, is the crag cat in the sphere?
Yes.
Yes. All right, I'll move.
But
here
yeah,
then.
they're a large creature. They
Yeah.
can take up a 2x2.
That's fine. Yep.
Cool. So they'll both get attacks of opportunity then
Yep.
when you move out of that one. So the crag cat won't have advantage of this because you stood up, so you're no longer prone.
Yep.
So that one will be a natural 1.
misses.
But the other one will still be because he's still in range for pack tactics.
But blinded.
Yes, blindness. So I will re-roll that because I rolled 2. I rolled another natural 1. So dice don't lie. But if that finishes your go, it will be Ella's go.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And Kira's go. So so once you guys do whatever you're doing, technically Kira should have been top, I guess. But yeah, that's a good point. No, because that wouldn't. No. Okay, yeah, do what you want to do now, and then I'll just go back to the normal order.
Who?
Well, because you're Kira's top of the initiative order, but you would have got moved to your turn, and then it would have been your turn. So technically, I guess you could have moved through if you wanted to, or tried to push through. What's your choice? Would you have tried to push the door open, or would you have moved through the door and tried to like make the athletics check?
Definitely push it open, because if they needed to escape or something and run out, or
Okay, sure. So I'll get you to roll a strength check. DC's 15.
I got a +1 for strength, so I need at least a
14.
14 or higher. 14? No fucking way.
14. All right.
14
So
plus 1.
you're able to push the door open far
No way.
enough to be able to like stop the athletics checks from being able to kind of go through. And you have enough of a walkway. But basically, as soon as you push the door open, you see have the back of Havoc. And I guess on Havoc's turn, would you have then exited the room, or would you have stayed where you were and done this kind of the same turn?
You're talking to Havoc.
Dale, yeah, Dale.
I made a couple of that.
Sorry.
What did you say?
Well, at the start of your turn, the door behind you would have been opened enough for you to exit out if you wanted to. So you would have been.
I'm not exiting. I'm staying
Okay,
right
so you
there.
were still exactly. Tonk, you would have been able to move outside if you wanted to, or
No.
stay where you are.
No,
Okay,
I would have
perfect.
stayed. I would have done exactly what I did.
Okay, perfect. Makes things easy.
Stay.
So then, going back to then the kind of because that would have been your action to do that, Kira. You would have had a bonus action if you wanted to do anything, or movement as well. So you could have gone in if you wanted to.
No. What? And they look pretty beat up. The wolf and the.
Yeah, they're pretty hurt.
I'll with the bonus action. I mean, I can do it now anyway because I wouldn't have done. I can't do much bonus action. With my bonus action now, I'll just cast Hunter's Mark on the druid,
Sure, no problem.
and then I should take a step back. Actually,
Yep, no problem. So then it would be Ayla's go.
Yeah, buddy.
So Kira succeeding in that strength check basically allows you to then use your full turn rather than having to use an action to
To help open the door.
yeah, welcome.
Yeah, bad. I'm going to run in between these two suckers, and then I'm going to put my echo.
Sorry, I just moved it.
What the hell?
Where did it go? It's
In
in
the
the dark.
darkness.
It's in the dark. I can't see it. Yeah. And then
You see that?
I'm gonna put my echo on top of this. Oh, can't see it now. Why
You
is
can't
it?
get
It's
out of there yet.
snapping. Is why.
If you hold down Alt, I think you'd be able to move it.
I guess I should keep it because I can't really see these squares, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you hold down Alt while you move it, you can like do it so it doesn't snap.
Yeah, so in that space right there, 5, 10. Yeah, that's within 15. And then I am going to make yeah, the I want to make attack on the wolf because it's closer to my friends. Use my actions on them. So 2 attacks. One is a natural 16 plus, is that 8 or 5? It's 8. So yeah, 4? And then
Hits.
24 and 15. The second one.
Both hit.
Okay. So then 21 total damage, piercing.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Cool.
And then I'm going to use an Unleash Incarnation, which is my 3rd for the day. 3 out of 4. To attack the druid again with my echoes, for my echoes position.
Go for it.
And a natural 17, so 25.
Yep, hits.
And that will be 12
Does
damage.
blindness give you advantage on all of those attacks? Or no? Is it just
Yes.
disadvantage against
Ooh, I
me?
think it does. Yeah. No, I think it does.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
you'd have
I thought it was.
advantage on all those attacks.
Double check.
So all of them hit.
Yeah,
I'll
you
just,
do. It's because you're an unseen attack.
Just roll an extra 3 dice
and see if any of them
for
are
it
natural
and see if
20s.
you get any natural 20s.
No, they were all real good rolls, but no.
Okay, cool. What was the damage on the last hit?
It was 12.
Cool. So she then drops out of her wolf form
Ooh,
and
nice.
goes back to her druid form. Does that damage overflow, Dale? It does. Okay. What did you say the damage was? Sorry.
12 on the 3rd hit.
So
It
21
was.
and 12.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
When she pops back into human form, I'll be like frightened a little bit. Oh,
Yes,
God.
you haven't seen,
Yeah.
you haven't seen her yet. That's funny.
I guess she can pop out there. Actually, I guess because it takes up the space.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, that makes sense to
yeah,
me.
can
It's a
pop out.
she was in
Yeah.
a 2x2, right?
Well, the wolf form that she was in is a large beast, so it takes up a
Mhm.
2x2, so she can pop out, I suppose,
Yeah.
anywhere in those 4 squares.
Yeah, yeah.
So she'd pop out there. But if that finishes your go, it would now be
Mhm.
Kira's go again, because you're top of the order, and I fucked around.
Fuck around, find out. Would I? Oh no, it doesn't really matter. I will take a step forward, I guess, to the doorway, so I can kind of have line of sight on the druid, who I have my
Does she still have Hunter's Mark? Yeah, she would still have Hunter's Mark, I guess. Does the blindness drop?
Has she had her turn?
No, it carries
Blindness-
across, even though she,
It's a
changes
foe. It doesn't mention her shape.
nah, I think it stays there.
Choose
Unless
one creature
Kinda
that you can see
status
within the
effect
range to
would
make
stay there.
Constitution saving throw. If it fails, target is either blinded or deafened for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, I suppose at
No.
the end of her turn last time. Has she had a turn since I blinded her?
No, she hasn't had because she's before
Yeah.
you.
Before me.
I would say the only way is if her ability specifically says it drops conditions.
Yeah, I don't think it does. No.
Yeah.
Right, you're
No,
all
she-
go ahead.
I'll just shoot them 2 arrows with
Shoot on the 2 arrow.
Hunter's Mark on there. Yeah.
Go
That's
for
with
it.
advantage.
Longbow. Oh, is it?
Is
Oh,
it ranged attacks or is it just melee attacks?
Any attacks, all attacks
Any
made with
attacks.
advantage because you are an unseen attacker. It's like being invisible or attacking or fighting.
26.
Hits.
And ooh, that was a 2 and another 26 actually. 2 26s.
Both hit.
These are 8s. God, 8, 8. And Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is on both once per hit, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. 10. Okay. Oh, yucky. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 22.
Cool. 22. Thank you. Okay. Anything else from you?
I'll just be a little bitch and walk back.
Havoc.
I would like to.
Oh, sorry. Before I move back, just like as like inch backwards, I'll just say, maybe don't kill her. Information is useful, and just kind of walk backwards in the hallway.
I'm gonna walk up and unleash a flurry of blows. But I am going to be going for non-lethal if it gets to that point.
Sure.
She said maybe.
She said maybe.
You're gonna be the one that
Kills me.
Kills
Whoops.
me.
He said I forgot.
16 on the first attack. Oh, sorry, these are with advantage. So 16 on the first.
Yep. Hits.
Chop off her hand so we can have a friend again.
22.
Hits.
25. I'm just rolling all the dice at once because it's easier. 39 points of damage.
39
Wowza.
points of damage. That is enough to put her down, but you were going for non-lethal.
I'm going for non-lethal. I'm going to knock her out like the thunder. Knock her out.
Sure. So she's unconscious.
Does the other cat thing drop? Is
The
it part
cat
of like a
also-
spell?
The cat also drops.
Like it doesn't exist. Ah.
Okay, so here's the interesting thing, right? She comes after Havoc in the order. She's unconscious and Spirit Guardians is still up.
That would depend on whether or not old mate still
Can
considers
you
her a
drop
foe
a s-
as she's knocked out.
Can you drop a spell as a reaction? I thought that was a thing. I'm not sure.
You can drop a spell without any action.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess if Tonk wanted to drop that, he could.
Oh, I mean, if like for the sake of the story, if I was able to drop it, I would. But I'll leave that up to the DM.
Well, no, if you can drop a spell as a reaction, sure. I hadn't heard of that, to be honest, but why not?
I don't know if you can't. It's not as a reaction. I believe it just doesn't take any.
You
can
stop.
drop a
You
spell at
just
any
stop
time.
concentrating. It's a.
Then yeah, I mean, well, technically her turn would be first, but
It would only be one death saving. It wouldn't be critical or anything.
Yeah, but
like that.
that's if enemies get death saving throws. The other thing is that it only damages people that you would consider enemies. If an enemy is unconscious, would they be still an enemy with the up to Hawk's discretion? And if he
Correct.
does view them as a
Yeah,
threat, he doesn't have to damage them, even if he keeps the spell up.
yeah, I do. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah.
But it does say if a spell is maintained with concentration, in fact, appears in a duration entry. The spell specifies how long you concentrate on it. You can end concentration at any time. No action required. The rule is very short and only says at any time, no action required, which suggests at any point in time throughout a turn.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm fine with that.
Well, yeah. As soon as I see her, the crag cat go away and her like fall to the ground unconscious, I would drop it
Yep, no problem.
based on what Kira's said, because Kira said that prior to my turn.
Suggestion. She's not the boss. She's not the boss of you.
No, but I am taking her suggestion to heart.
As it's a good one.
Yeah, it is. It is. We are the murder nightmares or whatever we called
Yeah,
ourselves.
the crow. Crow's nightmare. The murder.
Crow's nightmare. Nothing about murders.
We are the people who murder. We're the murder group.
How's this for original? The murders.
It's more accurate, but let's not go there.
Ben, you did. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Do we want to take a quick 10-minute break?
That sounds good. to me.
Sure.
Okay. Let's take a quick 10-minute break.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or 5-minute break.
Yeah.
5 to 7. Make a cup of tea.
Yeah,
A
go for it.
copper?
Another whopper for the copper.
So how's that day? Man, it's good to play D&D again.
Yeah. Still a little bit rusty.
Unless you get some very nasty, I just dealt some good damage to that.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's 3 attacks, all getting benefits from spiritual guardians. From spirit guardians. Well, not spirit guardians, whatever the one I cast.
Did they all hit?
You're getting mine.
Well, I guess you whirled them at advantage. You wouldn't know that anyways. The blind, the blind is strong. Like a
Blind helped me with a couple of those. Like my first roll was 16. It was like a 16. My next roll was going to be like a 13, which I think was. So I think I would have missed like 2 of those.
Right.
Like they all hit. So the first one's like a booming blade. So that's 1d8 or 2d8 plus 1d6 plus 4. The next attack's 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 4, and the last attack's just 1d6 plus 1d8. So it's just it's a lot of dice.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Shroud is quite strong on like multi attack. That's why Spirit Shroud is really why I build with two weapons and not like choosing to use a rapier instead. That, and I think functionally using two weapons is really cool.
Agreed.
Dual wielders, for one, kind of suck in D&D, but I still wanted to play them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really keen for D&D 1, where dual wielding gets a bit better.
Check out my map progress so far. I just sent it.
Awesome. That looks dope.
I've really been enjoying this process. It's been
Have you like thought about the dividing lines, like city between like states as well?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously for sure there's going to be a significant difference between the southern little island thing and the upper continent, but yeah, I think it's going to be predominantly like east and west, with the like you see like the Shindor and Zayan, and the river and lake that runs there, like that would kind of almost divide the country. It's a smaller section and then a larger section. I think it's
like that makes so much sense. Like you look at so many borders and they're set on dividing lines of terrain.
Yeah.
Because they're the identifiable things of like, we don't have arbitrary, they don't have satellites, so it's like, what is it?
We don't
cross this river.
Don't cross this mountain range. Don't cross this valley, kind of things. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's cool. Really sweet. That's looking good.
Yeah, I'm nervous about making the mountains because I've been practicing a lot and like another thing, and I've just not figured out a style that I like. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I get a little bit of anxiety about it, like I like want to have like multiple copies of it so I can experiment with it, like, which I've done a little bit of that. I've just kind of like tinkered with it on, like, scanned it in and then was like using Gimpy or Photoshop, right, and messing with stuff, but it's not the same as drawing it.
No, it's really tough. It's looking really good, man.
Yeah.
I just really want to play my other character. Not in this world though. I don't think he fits in this world particularly well.
Yeah.
Like if, heaven forbid, I lost another character, I don't think I'd go to him because I don't think he fits this world.
Is that the paladin? Is it the warlock paladin that you were messing around with?
Warlock Bard.
Warlock Bard. Okay.
His race, I think, would not mesh with this campaign and setting and story.
What race?
Does it matter?
I know. I don't know. Just curious.
No, I want to. When they come into.
Oh, I think you told
story,
me. You told me. I think.
Yeah, I think I might have.
Yeah, I think you did.
But I think it'll be more fun if I keep a bit of that.
Yeah, it's kind of non-typical, but yes, I think it would be.
Yeah,
cool.
it is non-typical. It is a very non-typical race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I did tell you because I showed you the
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I showed you the figure I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the rivers and the lettering kind of throws off the scale of what I was messing with though for this map. So like I don't know if you can see it like really faintly. There's like a little dash with like 100 on there, like, and I was playing around with that being like 100 miles. So like
a mile. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so like from top to, I mean, these are big land masses.
Well, Oh, dude, it looks so good.
Yeah, so from top to bottom
That
would be
that
like
you want to be
30
100 miles. That's huge.
Yeah, that's like 3,600 miles from like top to bottom of this page.
Yeah, right. So these are full on continents, not
Continent.
Yeah.
islands. These are
Yeah.
full on continents. This is
Yeah.
like Australia.
Yeah. So
I mean, not quite obviously, but
and like the rivers I've drawn out are like major rivers, like the Mississippi River, the Victoria River, stuff like that. The Thames, like
the Amazon, like
Yeah.
they are rivers. The
Yeah.
Nile type
Yeah.
thing, like these
Yeah.
that scale of river that you draw.
Like the thing I like is like these 3 lakes. I don't know if you can kind of tell that they're lakes, but the next
The
to
one near
Shindor, and then north of that, there's like another one. They run into each other. So like to the right of the North Lake is going to be a massive like glacier field that leads into that water, and these 3 lakes are, people call them the triumvirate lakes, referring to the 3 original gods, and then this river that runs through them is the triumvirate river. But they have their own names too. So like,
So I take it like Serenvale, that area up there. That's a mountain range up there, where all the rivers flow down. Right?
yes. So like that diagonal landmass is all mountains, just massive mountains, and it's going to arc around. So like the little gap that it has to jump over, the mountains are continuing around that top side to where that inlet is. I've got a little bit of an idea of playing around with that inlet. It's going to be kind of cool, I think. It's probably going to be mostly frozen ocean up there too, which I drew all the waves and stuff in, even though that doesn't necessarily make sense, I guess. But
and then I take that like to the bottom right as well. It'll be a mountain range, just like with the way that you draw how those rivers.
Correct. Yeah. There's a mountain range to the east of Zayan, and then at the bottom continent, there's a mountain range all the way across the bottom of that island. And then
like splitting Karun, and then
yep, and then
Jurakan.
Yep. And then to the east of Jarakan is a massive desert because of the rain shadow that it casts from the mountains from the south. So down at Karun and the mountainous region is like tropical mountain. It's like think Hawaii. And then
Dutch, like jungle mountain.
Yep. And then it leads into a desert area that is east of Jarakan.
That's sick. This is so cool.
I'm excited.
And like I like that there's a big expanse of ocean between them on one side, and then like a short on the other side, which would make that like Somendale such like a trade route, like a massive trade city. I assume is like a giant port. Which is just makes it such a cool place to visit. Like I'm already sitting there going, I can't wait to go to that place. And I'm like, we don't even know anything about the world. That's like, oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been a lot of fun. It's so crazy how just sitting there and drawing that, like all these ideas just rolling through your head. It's pretty cool. Cool. Back Ader.
Okay. So, what are you doing? She is unconscious in front of you.
I'll cast Spare the Dying on her, so she doesn't die.
Okay.
We can.
I'd like to grab her weapons off her.
They have melted.
Mel?
Oh, so cool.
Is there
Never mind.
the whole thing? Are there handles left, or is it just everything?
They were icicles.
That's dope.
Get it?
Hey.
Get it?
Literally just do that for the pun.
I mean, I like it.
But they have melted, and she is no longer holding any weapons.
Can I have a look at
That is amazing.
her, like,
It's very good.
sleeping quarters, like her bedrolls and all that sort of stuff? Is there anything identifying in her personal effects?
Sure. Roll a investigation check.
I would like to assist that if I can.
Sure.
Can I-
Roll with
can I-
advantage.
Guide myself while I do that as well.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
That is 19.
19. You find on the top of the sarcophagus the contents of a herbalism kit, spread across as almost as a work table. Other than that, there's nothing really here that would kind of indicate much about her as a person.
But they've been living in it. There's like spots where they've been like making food and
Yep.
like even if
Correct.
it's really
Is the place kind of rigged? Because I assume that if she can't get out until the new moon, she's been stuck in lockdown.
she has to get in.
There is a smell. It's not kind of like what the same smell that you're thinking of. Your intelligence is high enough that you saw her wild shape and you don't know what she can wild shape to, so maybe she has a way of being able to get out in and out.
Can I look up? Is there a hole in the ceiling just like or a beam of light in the ceiling just like in the other room?
There's a beam of light like in the other room, but it's not
But not a hole in the ceiling.
No.
She might be able to turn it like a lighter or something else.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me less inclined to leave her
Does-
alive.
Yeah. Does the sarcophagus seem like it's intact?
It does, yes.
We've come this far.
I mean, no point in being shy now.
It can't move or speak.
Do we
You can't
wake
move,
her
I
I was
up
gonna
first?
cast. I was going to cast hold person on it, but she can't speak if she's held.
Well, we can tie her up as I pulled my rope out.
I think that would be. I mean, if she can wild shape though, it's not going to be.
She would need the use of her hands for that, right?
Not necessarily. Not if it's a. Not if it's a racial trait. A racial trait.
Mm.
Even class, like there's no. I think you got it. Whether or not we know it or not, we know it or not, but yeah, like we watched her just shapeshift into a. It didn't look like there was doing many hands. Okay.
She just turned into it.
Well,
She's severely wounded, and there's 4 of us. I kind of doubt she's going to try to attack again.
She's
Well, I think
speaking of
it's-
severely wounded. I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at first level.
well, my
I thought
thought
you
is
didn't do
that
it to her.
not.
I'm going to heal 9 points.
I wasn't necessarily worried about her attacking us again. It was more she could figure out a way to run.
I mean, that's entirely likely. I think if we guard the door,
Hold the door.
That's so dumb. I was about to make the joke. I was like, well, I don't know about guarding it, but I could probably hold it.
we stand in the
Oh.
doorway, then hopefully, I mean, she could always bamf out, but
Bam.
Well,
alright, I'll go over and stabilize.
Sterilize.
I'm gonna stand at guard with my spear to like her throat.
And can I? You know how like in Baldur's Gate, that you just go over and tap them, and they have 1 hit point and stand up again.
No, that's
I-
not natural.
Give her a slap around the face and wake her up, or do I have to?
She's unconscious for 1d4 hours.
Yeah, right.
Unless healed. That is
Yeah, so
how
we either-
unconscious works.
We either
That's fine.
wait or
Alright.
heal. Yeah.
I just want to double check. I will cast
Can you do
Cure
like a minimum?
wounds on her.
I
I don't think
Look, I
can
rolled the d4 when you made her unconscious. It was 2. So
Well, we could take a short rest and wait for her to wake
mean,
up.
I was going to say if we can tied her up, let's open the sarcophagus and let's do some stuff before we actually make sure that we're all
Okay.
good before we actually
Okay.
Yeah.
do anything.
I'm cool with that.
Check the area and stuff.
I'll tie her up then. I'll lean my spear against the sarcophagus and
While you're doing that, I'm going to try to open up the sarcophagus.
sure, roll me a strength check.
I'll help.
I was about to say athletics, like it's going to be any better.
Oof.
16. It was with advantage because you're helping.
16. Nice. You are able to push it off. Well, not off, but at least open a little bit. You are quickly assaulted by a horrid stench of decay from inside the sarcophagus, and it slowly fills the entire room. And it lingers.
What's up?
Oh, decay.
That bad.
But inside, you see a more recently dead body than what you would expect to be there, laying on top of a skeleton.
the fuck?
Oh,
How recent? Are we talking like a few weeks or less?
I
I will roll for medicine.
Can I guide him?
No.
Oh, okay.
18.
Happened in the moment, so you're not really a chance to be able to go.
No,
18
that's
is more than enough. Death probably occurred a few months ago, but the cold weather has slowed the decay.
Understood. Looking past that body, or I guess what is, does it look elvish? With that medicine, can I kind of have a look at what they were?
It's human. They are dressed in a similar way to the unconscious druid.
We don't recognize them?
No, don't recognize them. But they're definitely dressed in a similar way.
I like the other two, the other sarcophagus. Is there any weapons or anything like that? So, or equipment, helmets, armor, anything like that. It looks like it hasn't aged over time. Specifically.
That's the person that you were fighting against, by the way.
That's sick and terrifying at the same time.
they literally ice.
That's so cool.
Shards of ice.
I want
terrifying.
Icicles.
What'd you say, sorry, Dale? Is there anything else in the
Any equipment, anything like that? Like with the other one, obviously there was the bow and the quiver. Is there anything?
There's no weapons or anything with her. But you do find it's not hidden in any sort of way, but just next to her is a small pouch, kind of tucked under one of her arms.
Small pouch. Yeah.
Small pouch.
Wait, so
Grab that
the
pouch.
human that's in the sarcophagus is also a female.
Is also a female, yes.
Do they look like the same person? Is it the same?
No,
Facial
they look
features?
different. They look different. They have similar features, I guess you could say.
What's in the pouch?
Opening the pouch are 2 vials.
With
Without necessarily knowing what they are a potion of resistance and a potion of vitality. The resistance
I will add them in, and we will assume that I identify them.
Sure.
Did the medicine check that Havoc did before explain cause of death? Or shall I roll for that?
It did. It was I don't know the word for it. She was attacked, I guess.
Like
They were
Broad
attacked wounds, weapon wounds.
weapon, like so slashing marks and.
Yeah, just general kind of weapon wounds,
Okay.
not specifically sword, whatever, but just yeah.
I
Did
was
you
more
say a
like
potion of
trying to-
vitality?
Yes, potion of vitality.
I was more trying to ascertain, was this person killed by, I guess, another person, or were they killed by the moose?
It doesn't look like similar wounds to what you saw from Nimsy's father, if that's what you're
Right.
trying. Like
Yeah,
it
cool.
doesn't look like the moose is what has done it.
Yeah, cool.
Does it look like some icicles did it?
Just go frostbite. I don't know.
They're just general weapon injuries. They're not like you can't differentiate between a sword or an axe.
I think we should. I think we should ask more questions about the wounds.
Were they potions of? Was it just a potion of resistance, like straight resistance,
No,
or like
radiant resistance.
radiant? Cool.
Does it look like they may have tripped and fell on some scissors? In the meantime, I think while this is going on, I've kind of like not really been into like hovering around this decaying body and sat down on this bed and was just kind of like taking my short rest and looking around the space around the bed.
Sure.
I know that. Wait, Tonk, you looked right over here at the bed and
I
NFX and
investigated
stuff?
the bed
Okay,
and everything. Yeah.
So then I'm just sitting around, kind of like resting, leaning against the wall.
No problem.
Being cool, acting aloof.
Yeah, just before I sit down, though, I am going to use my bonus action in use second. Is a D10 plus 7. Yay.
Second wind.
Yeah, second wind to heal.
Cool.
Right before I do my short rest, I'll take that HP and then gain it back if I can get a full short rest in.
I'm also if we can get a short.
So
Can
you're
we take
taking
a full
an
short
hour
rest?
to take a short rest
Yeah,
inside
if-
the room.
If that's okay.
And then
It is a very difficult short rest with the stench that is coming from the sarcophagus. You are basically sitting inside a.
Can we seal it back up? Or doesn't
once
really
we're
help?
done looking.
You can definitely seal it back up. The stench is still there.
Hmm.
It lingers.
Maybe if we
Let's go out into the courtyard.
grab her, take her out of the court, and move out.
Sure.
And sit out
Sounds
there
good.
rather
Sounds
than-
good.
yeah, fresh air.
Seems like that.
Alright, I'm gonna roll 4 hit die. Burn.
Sure.
I rolled
So
3.
you pass an hour taking a short rest, sort of moving out of that room into the courtyard again. Kira, you meet back up with Derek. But after an hour, you've taken your short rest. Are you then healing her, or are you letting another hour pass?
I don't think we would know how long she's going to be out for, right?
No,
Like,
you wouldn't. Sorry,
yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah.
know that.
So, like, it would be the decision would be like waiting for X, however long it takes, or healing her. Knowing
How's your magic feeling, Tonk? You want to waste it, or do you just want to wait?
I'm happy to.
I have a.
I mean, I can easily put a I can cure wounds at first level. That's easy. That comes from the staff. That doesn't come from me. So
Well, and I can. We can stand at guard in case, I mean, if you max heal her, like any one of us can easily negate that damage pretty quick if she tries to pull anything.
I think that is part of the grave. When I cast a healing spell
On an
they get
unconscious.
max.
Yeah.
So they get 12.
Yeah.
I'll heal her and she'll get 12 points basically straight away.
Okay.
That should be fine.
I'll hold my action in case she tries to pull some wild shit as soon as she comes to.
Cool.
So I'll do that. I'll cast Cure Wounds. She'll gain 12 hit points.
Okay. So as you cast your spell and heal her, she slowly comes to consciousness and starts to sort of, because she's still tied up, sort of starts to wriggle and writhe, and sort of looks around at all of you and doesn't really say anything straight away, and is just kind of on sort of as much guard as she can be while tied up.
I think, depending on how helpful you are here, we'll decide what the next course of action is. I'd like to answer some questions from my friends here.
Is that your
We'll decide
moose?
on that.
Set your moose. Give me 2 ticks.
Is
Oh,
that your moose?
I need answers.
I wasn't even. I hadn't even thought of that. But I'm like, maybe she's the reason for the rabbit moose.
Just emphasis on the moose. Is that your moose?
Yeah.
Coming back to stand trial for the crimes of your moose.
15 perfectly good people died.
Perfectly good.
Do I need to?
And
roll
somehow an old man survived. I need
intimidation
answers.
or-
Sorry, just
there.
give me 2 ticks. I'm just quickly looking something up.
No, you're right.
The moose's murder was like
Going back.
criminal record of said moose. What about Hello? What do whatever people out? So what do I am going to be holding on to that.
Huh?
One of the potions I got.
What
Nice.
about it?
Potion of vitality.
Yeah. Is it a good one? Is it?
When you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering, cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend with the potion. So it's just like a potion that can heal any poison disease. Would be
Yeah.
huge.
That's pretty cool.
Good in the right circumstance, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't say. Why is it? It doesn't say whether it's. What the heck? Anyway, alright. So, yes, please roll me a. Yeah, it would be intimidation. I wasn't sure if it would be persuasion or intimidation, but I think
I
in
really
this
wish it was
situation it's
persuasion.
intimidation.
Isn't
Nah,
that from
wait.
whose question is that? Is that
Yeah, he gets
I
it.
feel like it's a level for being like,
Is
is that your moose?
Well,
Oh
or-
no, I was talking to Tonk when he said like how
Okay.
helpful you are willing to be.
Yeah,
here.
with
I
with
think
it-
that's more being intimidating rather than like trying to persuade
Or
someone.
is that help though? It's like
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
Is that your
No.
moose? Is that helping?
No, if anything, disadvantage.
your moose.
Disadvantage. Nope. First roll was worse.
All right. So sorry, what did you say? Depending on how
Nine.
helpful you are here. No. The question.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Basically, like,
we'll determine how
Well,
this is going to go for her.
yeah, basically.
Okay. She responds with first she looks over at Ayala and says, "Yes, that was my moose."
Ooh.
And then looks over at you, Tonk, and says, "What do you want to know?"
Oh. Who's in the sarcophagus downstairs roasting?
That is my sister, and that is not something that you should be looking at.
I mean, you're somewhere where you shouldn't be. We're looking at things we shouldn't look
Well,
at. It all comes out even.
If
after
it
all
make,
that.
I definitely wish I could unsee it. Her being dead and all decaying and such.
Jesus.
Who are you?
Who are you?
can't answer a question with a question. I'm
My
Ayla,
name
by the way.
is my name is Ravison.
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 Why did you have a rabbit moose?
It wasn't rabid. Wait, what did you say? Wasn't
I said rabbit, like it's got rabies.
oh rabid? It wasn't rabid. It was awakened.
What's
A
that?
rabbit.
It's pretty damn asleep now.
What does that mean? Was it awakened?
They become my little minions, let's say.
Hmm. Like those creepy cats you had.
No, that is something different.
Oh, I mean, it's fucking magic. I wouldn't understand even if you explained it to me, to be honest.
Purpose
Are
of the
you
moose
working?
other than
course,
to terrorize the local townspeople?
Got it in one.
Why?
Why not?
Because it's kind of a dick move.
Let's just say
Kind of makes you an asshole.
I do not care for the villagers of these places.
But like,
If I
what's
can
in it for you
do
to hurt them?
enjoyment.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stab her in the leg.
Suffer.
I'm straight just gonna stab her in the leg.
How much HP does she have?
Yeah, how much
Left,
damage I guess
left,
do you do?
left-handed. It's left-handed. Most I can do is 1d6. And I ain't gonna kill her. It's just gonna sting.
Fair enough. Um
Torture.
I guess she screamed out
Oh,
in pain.
that's not torture. That's just me being like, oh yeah, so much fun. I bet you enjoyed that a lot.
Is that intimidation?
That would be intimidating. After, I suppose, writhing in pain a little bit, she goes, I guess you're not much better than I.
Oh no, I didn't enjoy that. I just wanted to show you that it's not enjoyable.
Clearly, being stabbed by someone is not enjoyable.
I am curious
Good.
though. What do you gain from this place? It was very hard for us to find our way in here. You seem to be living here.
Yes,
You can
makes
get
a
in and out pretty
perfect
easily.
hideout, don't you think?
Yeah,
Oh,
it definitely does. But I'm just really curious on how you managed to find your way to and from a place like this.
I have my ways. Not something I need to share with you.
Well, I found it by using this, and I'll apparate my echo. This isn't actually me. Is it something that you do similar?
Let's just say once you know how to get here and you know the intricacies of this place, it's not so hard to find.
what say you stop being cryptic and just tell us so I don't stick my other blade through the leg?
Sorry, you cut out pretty bad. I couldn't hear what you said.
Said, what say you stop being cryptic before I stick my other blade through your leg?
He's usually the nice one.
There are specific animals in the forest
Good
that
cop,
are
bad
able to
cop.
lead me here. And unfortunately, unless you're able to communicate them, they can't lead you.
See, was that so difficult?
And at this point, you see a massive cloud of fog emit from her and encompasses a.
Is she casting a spell?
She's casting a spell.
Can I try to grab
Counter
her?
spell.
Yeah.
Sure.
Try that one more time. My blade goes through your leg. And I'm gonna literally just hold my sword at her neck.
Fair enough.
You had a moose that decided to be awakened, and you killed 15 people. Do not think I will be caught.
I also feel like
Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn you off. I really can't hear what you're saying.
This is
My
garbage.
mic's garbage. Did anyone catch that?
I
think
heard
I
you
did.
killed 15 people. I'm gonna have
Don't
to
think I will be
submit.
kind.
I don't
Don't think I'll be
yeah.
kind. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. We got there between
Perception
3 of
21.
As she just says very well.
I'm gonna. I want to sit down, like, kind of next to her, like, holding onto her arm, because I was gonna like reach out and grab her while she's trying to cast that spell. Kind of disguising that in, like, maybe not necessarily affection, but wanting to keep my hand on her arm. And I've lost loved ones before. I can kind of, in some weird way, understand doing the unthinkable to try to get them back. Is this place going to help you do that for your sister?
Roll a persuasion check.
Boom, nailed it. Persuasion. It's actually not. 15.
15.
Not bad. I thought it was going to be worse, but I have a +3 in persuasion for some reason. Oh, it's charisma. It's not wisdom. Let's go.
Charisma, yeah. And you have that ring, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This place will do nothing for my sister, but it is the closest place to the town.
Did the town do something? Is that why your sister is no longer here?
She looks at you but doesn't respond.
What happened? We may have some sway in the town. We need you to be honest with us.
My sister and I we lived on these lands, and we didn't like the fact that they were logging in the lands that we live. And we fought, and they killed her. So I was taking my revenge.
I didn't get
Yeah.
any of that.
None of that.
You gotta pull it closer.
I think you care a little too much about the trees.
Oh.
I think you care too much about trees. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we're trying to play like charades. Like
Yeah.
Chinese whispers.
Yeah.
Perhaps there are things that you care
Is
about.
this
that
is
you
this
would
better? Is it better on this
Yeah.
angle?
Yeah, yes,
That
it
is
is.
heaps
Yeah.
better actually. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I think the microphone is turned the wrong way.
She says, perhaps there are things that you care about that you would be willing to risk your life over.
Risk my life? Maybe. Kill 15 people that weren't really involved is a different question.
They're all from the same town. They all profit off the same woods that I live in. They're all as guilty as each other, as far as I care.
I, in a weird way, empathize with you. But this all is a means to an end, you know that this would never. Someone is going to come find you, and they're probably not going to ask questions like we are. Not going to care enough to keep you around long enough to want to understand, I guess. This is something that I've kind of recently learned.
Not
That-
to kill.
Well,
No.
that a means to an end isn't necessarily a way to live your life. Doing things, you need to have a goal, a direction, and again, an end to this. You have to understand that a random party out in the woods, they're not the ones making the decisions to cut down all these trees. They're not the ones that killed your sister.
That may be the case, but I think it's a bit too late for that now.
Doesn't have to.
And without her, I don't think I have much to live for anyway.
You die now. Still not working properly.
It's
Tell
so
by his
hard.
face.
It's so hard.
I
Did
think
it-
it's when you talk a bit softly.
Yeah,
that
it's
it-
whenever you talk softly.
Ah, okay. So
it's
is it better when I'm speaking up like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
way
Okay.
better.
So I'm just gonna not try to put any accent.
Yeah.
I can't RP. I'm just gonna be straight
Yeah,
out with
But
it.
it's fine. I'd
Um,
rather be able to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know how you feel.
I-
I'm sad too.
Yeah. Look,
Eva.
you either die right here, or your other option is you try to live a life for the two of you. Go somewhere else, start fresh. These aren't your woods anymore, as much as you might claim that they once were. That's a wonderful thought, but you can't just kill indiscriminately here. And you obviously won't be happy just staying here. You want to terrorize. So leave and leave the people alone, or you could stay here if you leave the people alone, but know that we can come back. And if we hear you've been killing more people, I think a conversation will be needed.
Roll a persuasion check.
Whittling her down with words.
Well, and a knife out of her leg.
Mostly words.
And
That's
a
a
Oh, is that a one?
That's a nat one.
Okay.
It's because the mic was cutting out. She didn't hear you.
Did the
like,
cat
"What?"
ears not give me a bonus talking to a druid?
No. She responds with, "I won't leave this forest. This forest is my home. If you are not going to let me go, and you are not going to kill me,
I never
then
said I wouldn't kill you. Are you going to keep killing the townsfolk?
I
Speaking,
will." Go ahead, sir.
speaking from experience, Ravison, the killing doesn't make it hurt any less. And it only makes you more jaded. You're willing to have a conversation with us, so it shows that there is some semblance of human in you. You're not a monster. You're not an animal, even though you can become one, which is quite impressive.
It's poetic, actually.
Can
I will stop attacking the townspeople, or having my creatures stop attacking the townspeople.
Insight check.
Roll an
actually, I
insight
might
check.
insight check that too.
Sure.
12 on me.
Oh, rolling is garbage. Not more natural one.
You had a 12 dough?
Yeah.
Yeah. She appears to be telling the truth, though you're not 100% sure.
Well, what do you want to happen next?
I would like to be released, but if you're talking in the long run, I would like the town to stop cutting away at my home.
Is there any compromise? Is there somewhere that you would allow them to harvest trees that's just not here?
This is unfortunately the only large forest in the area, which is why all the creatures that I live with take shelter here. So, no, I don't think there is.
There's no sustainable way for them to take some but not all? In a way that's not going to
Unless they can
destroy the
replenish
forest?
what they take. But I've never seen a town replenish what they take
Could you
before.
teach them how?
I do not have the abilities to grow trees. I merely live in the forest.
Well, I can't speak for all of us, but I'm willing personally to kind of let you do your thing, provided that you do stop taking your vengeance on the innocent. If we can have a conversation with the people in town and have them start planting trees behind when they do harvest. Is that something that you'd be okay with? Because they're never going to stop cutting trees down. It's just not how the world works.
If they can replenish what they take, then I will leave them alone.
I don't like the connotation that if they don't replenish, then you're going to continue your vengeance.
As
I
long
think
as they
there's a little
replenish,
bit
then we
of-
won't have a problem.
There's got to be a bit of give and take.
Takes two.
Are you referring that she needs to give more? Is that what you're referring to?
Me?
Yeah.
No. No. I was talking to Havoc.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Trevison, could you move further into the forest? Put a little distance between you and the townspeople?
We are about as far as in as you can get. There's not much further that you can really go.
Okay.
The forest itself used to border the lake itself. The town has been built into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I mean, we need to go back to the town anyway. We were sent here to investigate a white moose. Obviously, we weren't informed of how this all started, although I'm kind of now thinking that not even they are aware that this has come about from the struggle in the forest between you and your sister. But we have to go back and tell them that we have killed the moose as we have been hired to do so. Maybe we could have a conversation with them about the more deeper reason why this had been happening and try to find some diplomatic answer.
You want to tell them that an angry lady in the woods killed 15 of them and just say, hey, stop cutting down trees?
It's not with not. For
I
no
mean, we de-escalated this
reason.
this situation to have a conversation, and isn't that what we're trying to do as a group more often now? We're learning as well.
I'm just saying the best way to handle this would be to never to mention that she exists.
I tend to agree with Havoc on this one.
I don't know.
But then they're going to continue doing what they're doing, and then
I'm not saying we say nothing, but I don't care if we lie.
I feel like
little birdie said that if you stop cutting down trees, the world will stop creating big white
The
giant moose.
nature spirit sent the moose because of an angry woods. I don't care what it is.
the thing is they've killed her sister in a skirmish of something. They didn't tell us that. So
No,
there's
they
a
didn't.
little bit of a
They
lack
didn't.
of honesty on
No,
their
no
part
lack
as
of
that
honesty.
goes.
They have no idea that would be connected to anything else.
I don't think they're aware that this is connected. Yeah.
This was months ago, this skirmish. I mean, maybe they correlate the time, but they had a fight in the woods with a couple of druids or a couple of people from the woods, and then an angry moose comes out and attacks them. Maybe
I mean,
they
it's
killed each other.
it's
These
not
people
a
don't seem as
The moose attacks have only been happening for like the last week or so.
yeah, but it's not a stretch to think that the moose attacks happened on a group of loggers after fighting with a couple druids over them cutting down trees.
That fight would have been months ago. Moose attacks have only been happening for a week.
Yeah.
The correlation there just wouldn't work. And I mean, I assume the druid won. I assume you won the fight against the people. You're alive and you have the body.
It wasn't exactly a fight. We were trying to push them out of the forest through our own means, and my sister got caught out, and when they caught her, she fought back. I was separated from her at the time.
When you say push using your own means, I'm guessing you've changed into a wolf that's tried to scare the shit out of her.
No, not at all. We used our magics. We caused an ice storm. We put up large hallucinatory blizzards. We did what we could to try and make them leave without as much pain as possible. But after a certain point, they wouldn't seem to get the idea. I mean, they mostly just thought it was nature's effect, I guess. But
Or they
when
saw
she-
someone summoning ice storms at them and they didn't think it was friendly.
we used what we had available.
Your words, apparently.
No, we can't really talk, can we now, Havoc? Let's come on now. No need to be all high and mighty. Come on. We're one diplomatic conversation. No, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out in front of her right now.
Well, I still don't think that the townspeople are completely guiltless. That's
No,
just
I don't think
my
anyone
opinion
in this
in-
situation. No one in this situation is more or less at fault. I don't think for anything that's.
We just can't have it happen again. We can't have. It has to stop here. I guess is the end
For
of.
one seems like
Is there a way that you could ask us for help if things escalate again? If we let you live?
No, there's not. I don't have that sort of magic.
So there's a
I
mummy.
have sending. I have sending.
That mummy has sending too, right?
But I could theoretically check in every now and then. Do that course we want to take. Oh,
I think at the end of the day, we're here to solve a problem. The problem was that there was a moose killing people. We've sorted the moose. We found the problem. We found the source of
source
the
of the
moose.
problem is here.
Let's
But
not.
that's what I'm saying. We found the moose. We found the source of the moose, and the source of the moose is saying
But let's
that they're not going to
let's
do it
not
again.
forget we nearly didn't even look into it. It's not all altruistic.
A very big word, Ella.
I've
Where did you learn that one?
been reading.
You can read?
I can actually.
I can't even read.
I can't make sense of it half the time, but I can read it.
Ayla's intelligence is not that low. It's her
I know.
wisdom.
I know. At this point, I will finally take my sword away from her neck.
What? I feel like we should leave Ravison to do what
What Ravison gonna do?
she's going to do.
I think your sister deserves better than to be laying in someone else's coffin, though.
Why not? We are descendants. Why can't we use this place?
I mean, use this place, but it can't be peaceful for her to be in a mass grave. I mean, not mass grave, but be sharing a grave. I mean, are you like the daughters of this person?
No, no. These are hundreds of years old. We are some of the people that share the same forest and area as what these people did, and we are the descendants of these people, as far as we know.
So
I thought you said she was human.
She is. Is it,
She is, but that's not to say that they're not descendants.
half elf to quarter elf to eighth elf to 16th elf? I mean, what? At one point, are you not elf anymore?
to human.
Yeah.
Sus.
And that's not to say that there weren't other humans in the the colony
fellowship.
prior.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
A lot.
Well,
Saucy.
I don't know anything
Yeah.
about that kind of thing. I guess I just kind of, if it were my sister, I would want better for her.
I'm one of a kind, so I do not understand how species work.
Well, I would rather not be sent back here. But I think we will have a word with those at the, what's it called? I want to say Lonely Lodge, but that's not it. Lonely Wood. Right?
yeah, in Lonelywood.
In Lonely Wood, and
What about Ravison? Do you know anything about a black tower north east of here? 100 miles. 100 miles? Is it miles? Is that what it was?
I don't know if I gave you a distance.
Okay, it was a long way away though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I marked it on the map for you. but
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was a
know
long
if
way.
I don't
gave
think
you
it
a
was that. I don't think it was that far.
distance. I don't
okay.
think it
Well,
was that far.
Whatever it was, northeast, northeast.
Bored.
Yeah. Roll I suppose a persuasion check. Yeah.
Come on, dice. You've been garbage all night. Do something for me. Hey! 24. Natural 19 for
24.
24.
I do. Yes. My sister and I, we know the place as being the Obsidian House. It is home to some sort of fell demon. We do not venture close.
It's just like I'll note. You any probably not probably everyone would pick up having all of a sudden just kind of you see his eyes dart around and he sort of takes a step back without saying.
How do you know
The
this?
well,
That happens as she's speaking, but not in regards to any specific before she says anything about what the place is called.
it was told to us by our parents, and then before them, that we should stay away from that place and we should not venture out of the woods. It is a place of death and corruption, and the fact that you cannot see it at all times makes it difficult to note, as it sometimes appears that it moves.
Well,
Would you guys take a step?
story, that's where we're going. To give you some sort of a purpose, yes, Havoc took the words right out of her mouth. Would you be a guide? We can pay you.
I do not know how to get there, but... And she gestures to one of her side pockets. This may help.
With her...
Get those
I guess
grubby
with
little
her-
fingers in there, dude.
With her... the word acceptance, I'll look for...
So if you reach
permission
into
to
the
reach
her
forward.
side pocket,
Yeah.
you can pull out a small shard of glass. It is a very thin piece of obsidian that you are able to look through. And she says that piece was given to us by our father and before him, their parents. But apparently, when you look through that piece, you can see the tower as normal.
What do you use it for?
Merely a memento of our parents.
Well, I thank you greatly for this. This will help a lot more people.
Perhaps you could use that as a token of my word for not attacking these townspeople, as long as they replace what they take.
I can't speak for the group, but for me, yes.
Would you want it back once we're there and finish our mission and if we do survive?
No, I don't think I do want it back.
Okay.
I'm going to move to take the ropes off from her. She's still tied up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
I'm going to untie her.
Very good. Well, as you untie her, she kind of stands up, and well, if it's okay with you, I think I'll take my leave. And she starts backing away.
Well, I think we're going to leave this place. This place seems like a good place for you to stay because it's going to keep villagers away from you.
I can make my way back here if I need to. But as of right now, I think I'd like some distance between everything. and myself.
Sorry for the fireball and sorts of things.
Travel
We'll
safe,
do what
Rose.
we do. And she
Thank
sort
you.
of she casts the same spell that she did before, and a large fog cloud appears as she's backed up a little bit, so she's probably 20, 30 feet from you now, but she casts it again and just sort of you don't see where she goes.
As she's like summoning this fog cloud, don't mistake our forgiveness for weakness.
Are you yelling that? Because she's pretty far away at this point.
No, I'm just saying she was right there next to us. Like as she was backing
before
it
she
away.
left. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Not wanting an answer from her, just want to make sure she hears that.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Fuck around and find out.
Well, with that,
Wow.
are you heading back into town?
We still got
Or
most
are
of
you
the day
going-
left, right?
Yeah, because I fucked up the time a little bit. So sure, it's let's say it's mid-afternoon.
Is it just night time by now?
I'm not that much.
Let's just say
happened.
let's just say it's mid-afternoon.
Like late afternoon at.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mid to late afternoon.
I say we're not going to make much progress on the journey forward. Why don't we go back and discuss with Lonelywood and what's going on?
Agreed.
Go get our. Wait, do we get a bar now? Do we technically own a pub?
Yeah, I think we own a tavern now. We've seen it though; it's run down and decrepit.
It's not currently open.
Oh man, we
We
should
can
have
go
asked her
in
if she
there
wanted a
and-
job.
We could technically go in there and we could stay there the night and free lodging.
Sounds good to me.
I rest up before we head over to the Obsidian House.
Yeah.
No problem. So
That's where we turn our campaign into a D&D in Tycoon
Yeah.
simulator.
yes, it is.
Where we
I'm not going down that route again with people where I run a simulator. I had a mercenary simulator on one of my campaigns.
Do we find it difficult to try to make our way out of this place, or do we not get the same sensation from these statues?
So as the four of you
like
are
pushed out, aren't we?
leaving
Like,
the area, you get a few steps past those statues and are almost like you don't even think about turning around to even like double check to see if it's still there. It's just sort of like move forward, and then when you actually do sort of even think about it, it's like you're just looking to another area of the woods. It's almost like the area didn't even exist, but you know it did exist. It's really disorienting to the four of you, but it's pretty easy to make your way back to Lonelywood. Are you heading straight to the Ramshackle Inn, or are you going back to the speaker's house?
We go to the speaker's house first because we don't have the title for the Ramshackle yet.
Correct.
He only offered it, so it's I think we go to the speaker's house, show proof, and see what traction we can gain, with the logging and stuff.
Very good. So you head back to Lonelywood and find yourself back at the house of Nimsy and Terath, and knock on their door. Nimsy answers the. There are a few guards around, not many. More just kind of guarding the house One of them does recognize the four of you, who allows you to knock on the door, and then Nimsy answers the door. Hello, I almost didn't expect you to be back so soon. I know you only set out yesterday, but I thought it may take longer. What news?
Wait, were you one of the many people I've told you that we're really good at what we do? This is the
I'll take.
results of us being really good at what we do.
As Ale is saying that, I'm pulling out the antlers and the hide that I have of the white tuft fur,
Well,
the pelt.
I see that now. Well done. Please come in, and I'm sure my father will be very pleased. And you head inside, and you find Terath is sitting at the one of the dining room tables. Just sort of has a bowl of food in front of him, and is just sort of picking away at it. But looks to you as you enter the house, and says, "Well, I see. I see you were quite successful. Well done, Nimsy. Please go grab the deed to the ramshackle. These four deserve their reward." And after a moment, Nimsy comes downstairs with the deed to the inn and hands it over and says, "Well, please tell us what happened."
We tracked what we thought we were tracking was the moose, and eventually found the moose and slain the moose, and now we're here. Done from
Where-
the bottom, now we're here.
Where did you find it? Just in the woods itself? We looked for so long, we really couldn't find it.
Well, luck would have it that
I'm
yeah. Go ahead. We have one of the greatest rangers of our time here, very acquainted with hooves animals.
I'm quite experienced in the tracking and capturing of different creatures. So we actually we set up a bit of a trap for the moose, and then bided our time, and it actually didn't take that long, surprisingly, and then we did what we did, and now we're back.
Well, I must say I'm impressed and slightly curious of your abilities, because we have some very experienced trackers and trappers as well, and they were not so successful. So well done.
I bet they don't have taverns.
But the deed is yours. I'm not sure if you've had a look at it yet, but it does require a lot of work, and it is not exactly a small inn, so feel free to use the town's trades and do what you must. But
Do you think we'd have to cut down some trees to rebuild it?
I'm sure we have supplies available at the moment, but
Oh, okay.
We did learn a little bit about this whole thing. It seems that maybe this is a consequence of the actions of the town. It's
How so?
kind of brought upon by yourselves. Well, this moose was quite angry about having its habitat destroyed. by not sustainably foresting properly.
Sorry. It made me laugh because it almost turns into like a PSA for sustainable foresting. It's not what I expected it to be. And it makes I'm envisioning a YouTube video that has like a like cut screen to sustainable.
Team trees.
Link is in my description below.
None of us are even that like. No, it's not even like any of us actually care about that. That's the thing.
Even in
Oh,
That's
game,
not what I
I
expected. Sorry.
The moose
even
were
in game,
trashed in the
Ayla
forest
don't
in
give a
single
fuck about
tier.
these trees.
I still think I should have. I would. I'm still not sure. Shouldn't have just killed her.
Sorry.
If you're
Sorry.
look, if you're wondering how we came about this information, another reason we were able to track the animals because I have the ability to speak with animals. So when we found the moose, he was quite disgruntled and had a plethora, just so much information, and very willing to share it. But I think he worked himself up by talking about it, and then
Yes, he
he
got
attacked
very
us.
angry, and that's
Yes,
it. He got very angry. Yes.
He saw red.
Um,
I think we asked too many questions, and that
Blue.
is
He saw
we
blue.
do that sometimes.
No,
We're
my,
very-
my staff has a red ruby on top. I think it's
Ah.
sort of like a red rag to a bull. There's a red ruby to a moose.
Our
As
group is
the-
known
There's
more
like a
for asking too many questions, and
Beam of
sometimes that
magical
can turn into
energy
a
met
fight.
in the middle. Red versus blue.
As the three of you are like rambling, Tarath and Nimsy are just like,
riffing off each
just like, what the fuck? They're almost like, who the fuck
I
did
was-
we hire?
I was just trying to help. I was just trying to help Kira with a persuasion or deception.
No need. No need.
the confusion
Yeah.
overpowered it all.
Roll for confusion.
They're just sort of like nodding
Bardak
and
is
just being
confused
like,
and hurt itself.
they go, okay, well, thank you for your help. We appreciate it very much. If there's anything else,
No,
that-
for real. You need to every tree you cut down, you need to plant like 4 seedlings in the cardinal directions around the stump of that tree. Those are the rules. Give them enough room to grow, but that's what we were told. It's going to happen again if and I can't tell you when, but if you don't plant trees for every tree you cut down, it's going to happen again.
okay, we will mention this to the logging crew that work the forest.
Okay.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, we won't be around to save your asses next time, probably.
Insight check.
Sure, roll an insight check.
Let's make sure he's telling the truth.
I mean, we might be. We have property here now.
16.
Oh.
16.
It's our summer
he's
home.
definitely going to mention it to the logging crew.
All right. You're muted, Dill.
Whether or not it gets done, who knows?
Yeah.
We've done our part.
I'm very satisfied with that.
Off to the tavern.
But you have your deed to the tavern, or the inn, rather. The rest of the night is yours, I suppose.
Wait, did Nimsy give us our gold too? Our 130 gold or whatever it was?
No, he did not, because you got a deed to an inn.
Yeah,
Before
it was that instead of the money. That was
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
the spoken about thing.
Before we leave, I would have asked, Tereth, do you have a like a blank plaque, or do you know where I could get one? About yay.
I'm sure one of the general supply stores or one of the woodworkers would be able to fashion one for you, but I do not have one specifically myself.
Okay.
Well, if there's anything else, please feel free to stop by. Otherwise, do you need someone to show you where the inn itself is?
I think we know where it is.
Yeah, we saw it when we were walking around town, so that's fine. We'll find our own way to it.
Wait, do we need keys?
Yes. One moment. And he points kind of nimsy to a cupboard. And he rushes back over with a set of keys. And hands them over.
Other than it being a little rundown, is there anything else we should know about with the ramshackle?
No, not specifically. It just needs a lot of work.
Not haunted or anything like that.
No, not at all.
We can change the name, right?
If you so choose, absolutely.
All right, I grab the keys. Reach up and grab the keys.
Let's go check it out.
Uppies.
Crow's Rest. So the Crow's Rest, do we call it?
I
Crow's
was going
nest.
to suggest the white moose. Because I'm going to hang these antlers. I need a plaque.
That's
I'm
it's
sure
actually
that'd go
kind of
down-
sick.
I'm sure that'd go down very well with the citizens.
15
but I
people
think
were murdered
we'll,
by this moose, man.
A gentle
Yeah.
reminder of. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it. Like maybe if we don't call it.
trees.
What about like a
Yeah.
nature's fury? Call it.
Well,
nature's
that is,
fury.
you have a week to
At all.
decide. But I think we'll leave it there for our session back. We'll pick up next week with you guys having a look at your newly owned inn /
Sick.
tavern.
What a strange session. That was a great session, by the way.
That
That
was
was
awesome
fantastic. That was so random though.
That
Like
was a very good
random.
session.
We
Not how I
didn't
expected
kill-
it to turn out.
we didn't kill someone that we started fighting.
That deserved to be killed. Like, let's be fair.
100%. Like
Probably.
how? I was so
We
close to
turned-
being like, you know what, and just stabbing her the
turned
moment.
her
It was like I
around.
enjoy
We-
inflicting
I
pain.
full on empathized though, because like I don't know.
We should get
So
milestone experience for.
I'm sitting
Oh,
there being
you
like, I don't
do
care
level
about
up.
empathy. You
Yeah.
like
Level up.
What?
Level up. Level up. Level up.
Can
You
we
guys
do
level
that
up.
now?
Oh shit!
Sure.
Heyo.
So we're level 8.
You are level 8.
So we can take